What's good, everybody? It's your boy. It's Eyes and Summer, and we're having a Gote Gaming Verse, my first stream on this channel. Just wanted to have it open where we could talk about anime, we could talk about comics, whatever. Uh, but come on in, and we can chop it up. Just have a good one. What's good, C-Sit? I'm gonna put the link in the chat. That way you can come in, man. When y'all come in the stream, hit that like button. Trying to get this going, man. Get those likes up. Yeah, hit that link, C6. Come on in here. All right. But yeah, we just want to chop it up. Man, I got to figure out, I got to get me okay. Got to get me give me a soundboard or something, whether it be digital, whatever. Or I could play some music or something to start this off. Yeah, just yeah, this is gonna be fun. I can't wait for this. Hoping I can get some more guys in and some more people in. We do some anime talk, just have some fun. Chop it up. No, I don't have many subscribers for this one. I got to get some more. I try and feature all three of my profiles on each other on the channel. That way, everyone can subscribe to all of them. That way, when I do content on either profile, whichever one I choose, I can get notifications or whatever. I know so far I've been doing everything on the Oaken, but this one I wanted to primarily make for doing anime content. I want to do some gaming on here as well, doing game reviews, playing games. Also want to make it where, we could talk about comics, even books, and just have a good little round table discussion up here about, good content. What's up, C-Sit?
What's good? What's good? Hold on, give me a second.
Okay.
All right. We out here.
All right, what's up, man?
What's good, man?
But yeah, I was just wanting to explain it. This is gonna be my anime channel. I wanted to, chop it up about anime, release a little bit of content, pre-recorded videos on here. I want to get to where I'm doing gaming on here, talking about that content, talk about comics and different stuff like that, and just have all around guy entertainment on here, talk about their stuff. But yeah, I really primarily want to create this because I want to actually, whenever Bleach comes back out, I want to actually start doing reviews on the episodes and stuff like that. So what anime have you been into right now, CC?
At the moment, uh, I'm going through. I keep a list. I use my anime list to keep track of my anime.
Oh
But
wow.
right now, because right now I'm watching Fire Force, Ergo Proxy, and Textualize.
Hmm.
Um, I'm just watching Ergo Proxy again because that's my favorite anime. But
Oh, okay.
yeah, I like the type of anime that I like is kind of like it's kind of like seinen anime, so it's kind of a little more for like the older crowd. I
It's
kind of grew out
what
of
kind did
the
you say?
seinen,
Oh, okay.
so it's kind of like the older crowd. It has more like mature themes and whatnot, but it's not
Right.
like I like the shonen anime, but I got tired of the whole, you know, what is it like, My Hero Academia and
Yeah.
Naruto, where it's kind of like
One
I'm
Piece.
a yeah, loner, all this stuff, and then friendship, and got kind of annoying. So I like the darker kind of theme kind of animes.
Gotcha.
Um, yeah,
What's up, Ray?
I was actually I was it was crazy because I was like, yo, there's no anime. Like it's weird because like I'm really into anime like that, but like I'm not
Right.
like one of those super out there kind of dudes that like goes to the anime cons and whatnot. I'm just a regular
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah. I've never been to one either.
Yeah, and I like anime, but I like it. I really follow it. But like I've noticed in the manosphere, there's a lot of dudes like that, but it's kind of like one of those things where you don't talk about it.
Right.
So and
Right.
I was like, it's crazy. It's crazy how you made this channel because it's like, yo, finally there's a channel you can go on where like it's just. I mean, I don't care if you're black or white, whatnot, but just
Right.
black dudes talking about anime, like it's
Right.
crazy.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
I hadn't seen one either. Everyone I've seen, pretty much been about, pretty much white guys as far as I know.
yeah,
And what's going on, Lawrence? But yeah, it pretty much been white guys as far as I know that would be doing anime. But
yeah.
you know, I, I've I guess so far you can tell my favorite anime is Bleach.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
but um, I like Naruto, but Bleach to me has just been my favorite. I also like Rurouni Kenshin, Yu Yu
Okay.
Hakusho.
Mhm.
Those were really great. So now I'm at the point of trying to find. I need to find some newer ones to get into,
Yeah.
but I'm trying to get into reading manga. So I want to actually read on that Thousand Year Blood War, and then I actually want to get back into comics too as well.
Yeah,
Um,
baby.
and I'm as far as comics, I've always been a little bit more Marvel, but and on that end, my favorite has always been the X-Men.
That's it, man. That's it. We can't be family no more. You Marvel. I'm
I would
DC.
say
I'm
DC is
DC.
where it's at, but I mean Marvel got
But
some
now,
great comics.
yeah, now don't get me wrong. There are DC comics I do like. In DC, my favorite is Batman.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. All hail the bat.
Yeah, he's by far the better character to me as far as all of them they created. I also actually like Oliver Queen, the Green Lantern. I mean, not Green Lantern, Green Arrow.
Yeah.
He's a very intricate character as well. I
Well,
just think that. Go ahead, Lawrence.
no, I'm sorry. I just wanted to pop in real quick. Send some love, shout out, support.
Appreciate it.
All right.
Appreciate it.
I gotta go back and get some stuff taken care of. If you're still here, I'll jump back in. You guys have fun, and like I said, I hit the like button, totally
Appreciate
set
it.
up, got the notification squared away. Just wanted to say hi, say what's up to everybody.
All right, good. Appreciate it. Appreciate the support.
All right, so if you're still here, I see you guys in a little bit. Okay.
Okay, later,
All
man.
right. All right, later.
But yeah, no, I do like. There's some in DC I like. I mean, you can't get around. The Justice League as far as that. Seeing how they interact and bring all those different characters in as far as DC. Of course, Darkseid is a very good villain. I think out of all of them, as far as DC, probably my favorite would be Brainiac. As far as villains,
Yeah.
he's a pretty neat villain. But yeah, when it came, Marvel just was my first. It became my favorite one, and then the X-Men. My favorite character as far as there, as Marvel is Magneto. I kind of I guess I kind of felt for him, being with the whole backstory and then trying to get away from humanity and him just not being able to get away and I was like, dang, I was like, he ain't Magneto ain't that bad, they keep
Yeah. You
bothering him
find out
all
he's
the
not really that
time.
bad of a dude. Yeah.
They keep bothering him all the time, so he got to defend something, and so he was my favorite as far as in Marvel, and then Gambit I thought was a great character. I
Thank
really
you.
liked.
Remy LeBeau gets no love, man.
Yes, and so
Crazy.
because of that, I like Rogue, and
Yeah.
I like the dynamic between them, just because of the simple fact of that. They had one of the longest standing relationships, considering the fact they couldn't even really touch each other. So, so that was pretty unique. I also liked when they talked about when they got with the Morlocks. I thought they were, some of them, they were pretty interesting and all that. But yeah. So, what comics have you gotten into?
So for comics, I'm just now getting into comics. I was more my dad. It was kind of like a thing where my dad grew up on comics. I grew up on really anime. So from what I started with, they have it's kind of a newer comic, but it's
Okay.
Amethyst,
Okay.
and it's uh, I I don't know how to really describe the anime. I mean, I'm not the anime. I don't know how to really describe the comic or like
Right.
describe the hero because she's kind of out there, but it's
Yeah.
comics
Sometimes
are
a
a
lot of
little
those. Yeah,
yeah.
they're out
I
there
got you.
sometimes.
Yeah, it's interesting because you can kind of tell a lot about like a person by like what kind of comics do they read,
Right.
and so I've gotten heavy into Thor, like
Okay. Yeah.
heavy into Thor.
Yeah. Thor's a good
So
character.
yeah, like I like all the I really wanted to like get into I find like a I like DC, like I like their characters. But I want to
Right.
start with Marvel because I mean in my opinion it's a larger universe. It's more unique, right? Because they have gods, they go in all types of mythology and whatnot. So
Yeah.
it was more interesting. And so that's how I'm really
Yeah.
heavy into Thor at the moment.
Gotcha. Yeah, they have them in DC, but the problem is they're just not as pushed. You know what I'm saying? I think
Yeah,
that the more box office characters are pushed
yeah,
more so than the others. Whereas at Marvel, they pushed everybody, and actually the first characters there, the first characters created for Marvel were the Fantastic Four.
yep,
They were pretty interesting too. Uh, had good storylines in there, and I never read them as much, but I look back to study up on them and different things like that. But and then the most popular, of course, from Marvel has always been Spider-Man.
of course,
He's a
yeah,
great character, but I don't know, something about the X-Men just kind of drew me in. I guess those band of misfits and people coming from all walks of life. I think also too, what kind of helped draw them to me was at the time, um, when I was coming up. They had the cartoon Uncanny X-Men. It was really popular. It was
oh
pushed out
yeah, I
there a
remember
lot,
that.
and it
Yeah,
was great. It was a great cartoon. Had great episodes. It was short lived to me, but it was great. And they did have Spider-Man. They Amazing Spider-Man. They had that cartoon, but I don't know. The X-Men just kind of pulled me in, and I gravitated towards Remy LeBeau, Gambit, and of course Magneto. I thought those are very great characters, and then you had I think whenever it got into outer space, whenever they expanded, it came with the Shi'ar Empire. I thought that was
yeah.
another great set of characters to find out about and everything.
And
But yeah,
I think for me it was kind of like I've always thought that Marvel had better comics, but DC just had better like shows. Like they just I don't know what it was. For
I
me, it
got
was
you.
complete opposite. It was kind of like because Batman Beyond, man, that was my
Oh yeah,
shit.
Batman Beyond was great. It was
Yeah,
awesome.
And
Yeah,
then
it was awesome.
all you had Justice League. You had what was the new one? It was like, was it Justice League Go or
I don't know. No,
I can't
Teen
remember.
Titans Go.
You
Now
had
what?
Teen Titans Go. You had I think it was Teen Titans Go, and you had a Justice League, but it was like a younger Justice League, and it was
You had Young
like one
Justice.
season. Young Justice. Thank you. That's what it was.
Okay. Now
Yeah,
see,
man.
now what I remember from my time, which I was probably a little grown then, but it was still great. You had Justice League, then you had Justice League Unlimited.
Yes,
Um,
yes, yeah.
yeah, that was around the time of you also had Superman the animated series
Mm-hmm.
and Batman the animated series. It was great. And yeah, I remember finding out that Mark Hamill was the Joker. I was like, oh man. So for me, I don't care whoever plays a Joker. I mean, he is the Joker, as far as I'm
Yes,
concerned. Luke
absolutely.
Skywalker, I mean, it was just, his portrayal and the voice, it was just great. The ridiculous episodes they had with him, and it was funny, all time entertaining. And yes, Batman Beyond was great. I actually bought the complete series on DVD of Batman Beyond. I liked it so much. Then they had that Batman Beyond movie, The Return of the Joker. That was good too.
Yes, absolutely.
But yeah, they did.
Oh, you
They
got
did
it.
seem to have more shows.
Mm-hmm.
As far as on TV concerned, DC, with the characters and that what they wanted to push than Marvel. But yeah,
It's I remember me and my dad, we used to always go to Best Buy and used to have like the animated movie section.
mm-hmm.
And that's where we would find like all the DC and the Marvel movies and whatnot. And I remember that's when I watched Planet Hulk. I had Red Planet Hulk,
Oh yeah,
and I watched it, right? And so I think that came out about a couple years before Thor Ragnarok. And
okay.
so once Thor Ragnarok came out, it was weird to watch it because everyone's like, "Oh, this is good, this is good." I'm like, why does this feel like this is the same plot as Planet Hulk? It's just like they just took Thor and they just like put Hulk in the background.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess that was my issue with Marvel. Is like, yo, man, I've been waiting for a good Hulk movie for so long, and I feel like Planet Hulk could have been that movie, but they just kind of like they just didn't give it to him. And it's like if you read the comics, like, man, they downplay Hulk in the movies like
Yeah, and
crazy.
you talking about the cinematic movies? Yeah,
Yeah,
they do.
yeah,
And and my favorite Hulk ended up being the Edward Norton one. I thought that one was great.
yeah. It
I
was.
thought that movie was awesome. But yeah, you're right. They have downplayed him. And my favorite one was I think, what was it when you had? It was the reason why they sent Hulk to that planet Hulk. I think, what was it? Loki versus Thor or something like that. And Hulk,
I think it was it Loki versus Thor?
I think it was in there, and he did a spell on Hulk. Oh, I remember what it was. He separated the Hulk from Bruce Banner.
Mm-hmm.
And he went on a rampage through Asgard and beat the shit out of everybody. And that was a good animated movie. Yeah, I think it was that one. That's what it was.
Yeah, I was I just like it's funny because like you look at the characters in Marvel and it's almost like they have to downplay them because you have so many characters that are powerful. Like you have a character named God, like you have this young kid named God. Like it was just is just so
Now, I
how
don't remember that character. Wow.
it's just the Marvel universe is so expansive. Or
Yeah,
like
no, it is huge.
it's crazy. And then I feel like DC had more relatable characters, kind of like because you had your Batman, you had Flash, you had um you know Hot Girl.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
yeah,
and actually, that whole story with Hawk Girl, what they had when they did that in the animated Justice League, I thought that was great. When they had
yes,
the whole thing with her and John Stewart, I thought that was awesome. Was a pretty good
because
character actually in
it's
that.
crazy because she's always getting disrespected, man. It's always like
Yeah.
she's just fodder, but she's actually off the chain, man.
Yeah.
It's like, man, it's like you get into the animated movies and you just watch the cinematic movies and you're like, oh man, Hot Girl's trash. It's like, no,
No.
Hot Girl is legit.
Yeah.
So that's why I
She
kind of
was.
like the comics because it's more it's easier to expand on the characters, and
Right.
that's why I was saying the
You're
same thing to my dad about manga. I got him into reading manga, and so he's really heavy into manga now, and he's
right.
more heavy
Okay.
into it than I am. So it's interesting how
Right.
print can be better than
Yeah.
us
It
cinema in
seems
some
like with
instances.
print, they just seem to tell a much better, intricate and defined and more emotional grabbing story.
Yeah.
It gets you invested better. It's like whenever, take for instance, I was talking on Fasting Stream earlier. I said, to me the best villain of all time is Aizen Sosuke from Bleach,
Yes,
ever created.
absolutely.
And then second is Palpatine from Star Wars, but it's actually the Palpatine in the Darth Plagueis book. I
Hmm.
mean, just reading that and seeing how actually vicious, manipulative, and how uncaring he was towards his apprentices and how he viewed them only as pawns. And it was interesting seeing how rotten he actually was in that book and how, you could just kind of see it play out. And to me, those are the best two villains ever for me. But
And I would have to agree with that sentiment. And it's kind of like they captured the essence of Aizen really well in the anime, but it's kind of
Mhm.
like the manga. You kind of see it's kind of like, oh man, he was just it's just the way he just operated was kind of like, all right, you couldn't do anything but respect it. It was just
Yeah, I mean, I bet. I mean, and even I need to read the manga, but I know in the anime when you looked and you seen everything in the anime, you could tell it was like he was 20 steps ahead of everybody.
at
And
all
so I
times.
bet, even in the manga, I bet it was even more magnified. But
Yeah. Oh man, you gotta read the manga so we can talk
yeah,
about it, man. Because there's some people in there. I'm just like, yo, are you serious? They have this dude that can like control space time continuum, and ah,
okay.
what's the Quincy, the ultimate Quincy? Is it? Should I
Oh,
say
Yawa,
Yahweh? Yahweh.
Yawa, whatever
Man,
you want
that
to call him.
fight that they had.
Yeah,
Oh my! I was like, yo, this is ridiculous.
yeah. I'm actually going to order the first two books in the first two manga books in the 1,000 Year Blood War arc because like I said, I wanted to get into Bleach, so I want to do some content. So I actually want to read and present some stuff on that on here. And
Oh
but yeah,
yes, when you do that, I got to be there for that stream because some of those fights, you're gonna be looking like, yo, what? Because it
yeah.
was it's just crazy, man. I'm my bad. I get excited talking about this stuff
No,
because it's
you
like
good,
you get no one to talk about it with. But it's like,
right?
yo, like the Yawa he was so
OP,
overpowered. It was just
yes, it's
ridiculous. Like,
ridiculous. And not only
man.
him, but what's the guy Gerard? He was
Oh
OP too, because he
yeah,
what he was the heart of the Soul King.
yeah.
And I mean, just all that ridiculous crap with him. It was, yeah. So I haven't. I've checked out stuff on YouTube on it, and I've actually got on the wiki and looked at stuff.
Hmm.
And but yeah, I want to get those manga books so I can read them and go through them.
Yeah, I've been looking a little closer at the Espada. It's because
Hmm.
it's a very interesting dynamic with them because you see it because you see how Aizen treated them, and my favorite character is Ulquiorra, and it was kind of like he was pretty
Really,
much yeah,
really,
yeah,
he's my favorite
yeah,
too.
yeah. It's just I just like
I,
his demeanor. He was just straight
exactly
business.
him.
Like,
He and Grimjaw were my two favorite Espadas. Well,
yeah,
and you know what? I kind of actually like Stark too.
Stark,
You
yeah,
know,
Stark. I like Stark because he gives a human element to the Espada a little bit.
yeah,
He's not,
he
yeah.
does.
And in
Um,
fact, you know what? There's a YouTube channel. There's a dude named Clyde, and he's
okay.
a really big Bleach fanatic. And I've chopped up with him a little bit about it. Man, that's a channel you gotta follow because he loves Bleach. He
Clyde.
he does.
Okay.
Yeah, he's more in the power scaling community, but he does like the what
Okay.
ifs and like how he just did a video about how Byakuya Koichi should have died. And
Oh, okay. Got you.
yeah, but
And
it's
see now, Yeah. Now, see, as far as on that end, as far as on the the Gote side, Byakuya is my favorite character. Um, I don't know. I guess I kind of like his stoic demeanor, and I think also too. He's about the only one other than Ichigo that you kind of well, I mean, I guess some of the other characters too, but he's one of the ones that you get to kind of see the progression of his character, how he changes and everything.
Yeah.
Especially by the time when you get to the full bring arc.
Yeah.
But
I don't know, man. I'm have to go with Kenpachi, man.
he's my second. He's my second.
I like Kenpachi, man. He's like, I'm not gonna take
great.
off this eye patch, but you already know what it is if I do. He was just
yeah.
He was just always like I said, he was just always just there. He was that fight between him and Ichigo was just
Ichigo. Yeah, it was great. Yeah. And then I guess my third would probably be Shinsui, Karaiko. The one who wears the flowery. Yeah, I don't know. He's an interesting character to me. I think that's why he'd be my third. But I also like Ikaku. I think he's a great character. Renji's good. I also like Urahara. He's pretty fun. He's a pretty fun character, and seeing the dynamic between him and Yorichi is pretty fun too.
That's why it's just crazy because Bleach is just so many of the characters were so fleshed out. It's just
they were
so much to take in, man. It's just
I think it had a lot of great characters. It's one anime that when I look at it, it had a whole lot of great sub characters and seeing their growth.
Absolutely. And I know I think another anime that really did that well was what was that ninja anime called? My dad loves it.
Not Ninja
I
Scroll.
almost said Ninja Gaiden on accident.
Okay.
What was it? Oh man, I forgot the name of the anime. It's just one dude, and it starts with him in the forest. What is it? Ninja Scroll. Jeez, man.
Okay, that's the movie.
Yeah, the movie. Scrolls. Yeah, but it was that was a really well written.
Okay.
Well, that and Samurai Champloo. I forgot about that, but
yeah, Samurai Champloo was good. Man, you probably like Rurouni Kenshin if you check that one out.
Oh yeah, I got halfway through it and then I dropped it.
Okay.
It wasn't because I watched it late. So I didn't drop it because it was boring. I dropped it because I ended up watching another samurai anime, and I never came back to Rurouni Kenshin yet.
Gotcha.
And it was about a dude called I think his name was like the Killer of 1,000 Men or the Killer of 99.
Huh.
Or either 99
I gotta check into that.
And then I forgot the name of the anime, but I've watched some of his anime. I just forgot.
Gotcha.
But basically it was basically the same as Rurouni Kenshin, where he's trying to get away from that lifestyle. But it just keeps popping back up, and then once he gets stuck back into it, I mean, he was killing everybody.
Gotcha. So but Reed Jones. Reed Jones. Check out Bleach. I think it's written really great. Even the filler arcs such as the Amagai Shusuke arc and what was the other one? There was 3 of them actually. Well, 4 maybe.
They didn't really actually.
The Zanbakuto Rebellion arc, it was pretty good. Then you had the the one with the Mod Soul dude that created Mod Soul. I can't think what that arc is called. It was the one right after the main arc, which is pretty much the Aizen arc. The Mod Soul arc with the Mod Souls, it was pretty good. And then you had then of course lastly, you had the Full Bring arc, and it was pretty good. But I think my favorite was the Shusuke Amaga arc. It was really good. I thought he was a good character, pretty fun character, different, interesting. Of course, you got your little filler episodes with Khan and all them. I found the ones funny with with Toshiro and Ichigo's sister with Karin. Yeah,
Karen.
those were pretty
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah, it was Bleach. Bleach was a really really well done anime.
Yeah,
It's kind of it. I hate how it just kind of just stopped because like once I
yeah,
got to once I got to the end, I was like, wait, hold on, there's supposed to be more to this. It was kind of like it was a Hunter x Hunter effect, man. Where it's like, yo, you get to the end, I'm like, yo, what's
yeah,
happening? Like, and they
yeah.
never
And
they
I
didn't finish
heard
it.
that it happened like that because I think Tite Kubo's his health became an
Yeah,
issue or something like that, and that's why it was
yeah.
like that.
And I know
But
that was a big issue with they kept because they had the crunch, so they had to pretty much animate whole not animate, but they had to draw whole chapters in a week.
mm-hmm.
And he was pretty. It was his health was failing because he kept having to do it. And then I know I know that's how a lot of uh, anime creators they usually either burn out or they ended up dying
Mm-hmm.
doing it. It's kind of like I know Hunter x Hunter, the dude. I think he died. I think he either
Oh wow.
died or he got burnt out doing it, and he was like, I may come back to it, I may not, and I'm like, but yeah, I know that's a really big issue in
Yeah,
the anime
I think
community.
I think that's the reason why most of them, you know, the series isn't long. Most anime aren't long.
Yeah.
Most of them, they average around maybe 2 to 3 seasons.
Mhm.
And I've noticed, since I look at everything subtitled instead of, it's in
Yep.
Japanese instead of.
Yes. Thank you. Sub, not dub, man. I hate the dubs, man. I don't know why. I just can't watch it.
Well, when I started looking at subs, I learned, I'm losing a lot of the culture as far as with the sub.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff gets cut out. All the puns and different things like that get cut out. So I lose a lot of the culture. So I do sub. Um,
Yeah.
it's just better. I don't know. It's hard to explain.
I agree. I like sub. I dubbed. I can't do it, man. I don't know what it
Right.
is.
And now, since I've listened to it that way, it's now if they come out with the movie and it's gonna, I know it's gonna be dubbed, and I hear the voices, it's kind of like
Yeah, man. It hits a little different. You're like, I don't know if I could do this, man. I think the only dubbed anime that I think everyone pretty much was Dragon Ball Z, but
Okay, yeah, and that one was because it just started the wave of anime
yeah,
here in America.
yeah,
I remember whenever I was young, and it was coming on UPN Saturday mornings,
hmm
and man, I would get up and I needed to mow the yard, but I couldn't do it until after I watched Dragon Ball Z,
yep,
and then eventually they started making I remember what it was. They made Toonami,
yep,
and that's whenever it started featuring on there. And then you had Yu Yu Hakusho come, Gundam, Gundam Wing, the big O.
Gundam. Yes, I love Gundam.
Yeah,
Love
you had like 4 or 5 different Gundams. Yu-Gi-Oh made a splash, and of
Yu-Gi-Oh. I
course
feel like Yu-Gi-Oh is
Pokemon did.
underrated, man. I'm not gonna lie.
Yu-Gi-Oh was actually a pretty good anime.
It was.
What's good, legendary anime JP fan? What's up, man? Yeah, we have been on Bleach. Hey, I tell you what, yeah, Yu Yu Hakusho is a favorite of mine, another favorite of mine. Scroll up and hit the link if you want to come up and talk, man. I just wanted to have an open panel over anime. And,
That's one of the pillar animes that I haven't watched yet.
Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yeah.
Oh man, Yu Yu Hakusho was awesome.
I know.
Yeah, you gotta watch it.
I keep seeing it. I keep seeing stuff about it. I'm like, I have it on my list, but I watch as you can tell, I watch a lot of eclectic anime that's kind of out there, like
Right.
Yowamushi Pedal with cycling, because I ride bikes, so I like that.
Okay, gotcha.
Damn, I watched a couple of sports animes. Oh, Kuroko no Basket. Man, look, I suck at basketball, but that anime like it had me thinking I could do 3-pointers and shit. It was like watching what is that game? NBA Street Volume 2?
Okay.
It was like that in the anime though. That was a really good one.
Okay.
Um,
I guess one of the only eclectic ones, I guess, that's kind of different that I've looked at. I like the. I actually, I need to get back on it, but I got really kind of got into there for a minute. The Case Closed, the Detective Conan series. I
oh,
thought that was
Detective
pretty
Conan.
cool.
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
Detective Conan. And I've gotten into a lot of Chinese anime also. Like
Huh.
it's really up there. Like Hitori no Shita it's a Chinese anime that's really good.
Hmm.
Um, there's another one that I'm missing. Oh, Grandmaster of Demonic Cultivation. That's another that's a good one. That's like let's see, how can I relate that? It's kind of like not no, it's not exactly, it's not like Bleach. It's kind of like a dude that's pretty much on the path of the righteous and whatnot, and he goes into the he dabbles in the dark arts and becomes a
Gotcha.
grandmaster of the dark arts, and then he becomes a villain and whatnot. But it's a really good one. I'm trying to think. There's a couple of Chinese anime that's really good that you wouldn't think, like
Hmm.
Chinese anime. What? But yeah, it's
I haven't caught. I didn't. You're telling me a first about it. The only thing I really know was about Japanese.
and
Um,
that's why
uh,
it's crazy because so I was like, that's why I want to tell people I've watched everything. I just haven't watched Yu Yu Hakusho, and they're like, yo, what's wrong with you? I was like, yo, man,
yeah, yeah,
it's
it's
crazy
great.
though.
Oh,
Yeah.
now legendary anime fan, I got a problem. Dragon Ball GT was trash.
Okay, look, hold on, hold on.
GT was terrible, man. It was the worst
Okay,
one
look,
out of all of them.
but to be honest, Dragon Ball GT had the best characters though.
No,
Really?
it was terrible.
You don't think
GT
Dragon
was
Ball GT
terrible.
had good characters?
It was terrible, man. It was
It had
terrible.
some of the
It
coolest
was
looking.
horribly written.
I mean, okay, it was horribly written, but the characters, like, they were pretty cool.
The
Like,
only ones that were cool were the freaking dragons.
yeah, you're right. I mean,
Okay, exactly.
I like Cooler was cool.
Okay, I'll give you cooler. And
I'm trying.
the movie, the movie was cool. The movie was cool, but other than that, GT was terrible, man.
Isn't Dragon Ball GT canon now too?
Oh
Didn't they
yeah,
make it?
yes, canon.
Didn't they
I
make it
think it is
canon?
canon. Yeah, it is canon because the whole reason behind him doing Super was to make a progressive behind the whole legendary Super Saiyan thing and progress and make Super Saiyan 4,
Yeah,
pretty much the highest level of, Super Saiyan, I guess.
yeah.
Other than
I kind of watched Super. It was just one of those things where everyone was watching it and they're like, "Oh, this is great, this is great." So I didn't want to get disappointed, so I didn't watch it yet.
right,
But yeah,
but
I kind of
Z's
try.
still the best.
Yeah, I kind of try not to hop on like the anime waves of what everyone is saying is great because I don't want to be disappointed. I'm like, what? This is trash. So so like while Attack on Titan is going on, I read the manga for Attack on Titan. Uh,
Uh-huh.
Attack on Titan is the manga. Look, I've watched the show and it does the manga no justice.
Oh
Attack on
wow.
Titan manga, like if you get into manga, that's when you need to read because it's
Okay. Okay.
um Attack on Titan and the anime I watched Cabaneri of the Iron Fortress, which is pretty much like Attack on Titan, but instead they're on a train with zombies and it's
Huh.
yeah, it's kind of like Attack on Titan clone, but
Yeah.
I mean,
Because zombies are still the thing, but
yeah,
it's just
so
different.
oh, I was reading that. I'm trying to save who's chatting import games right now. Oh, okay, cool. I was my bad. I was reading that too, so
Oh, you good?
yeah, but the one anime that I do respect and that I'm actually caught up on, surprisingly, is One Piece. Because that has
Okay.
over like 900, over 1,000. I forgot. Actually, I'm actually not caught up. I'm about a couple months behind. But it has over 1,000. I don't know how many seasons they're on now, but it's kind of like it was crazy because the creator came out and was like, "Hey, look, I got enough material to write One Piece for the next 9 years." That was like 2 years ago when he said that. And that's
Huh.
why I was like, all right, man, you get my ultimate respect on that one. But
Oh wow.
it
Uh
has so many filler arcs though. So many.
I'm trying to I wonder what Japanese import game What are you trying to save there on the Japanese import game, Legendary Anime?
I'm trying to think, what's the Japanese import game? Well, I think didn't J Stars came to the US, didn't it? I can't remember if it did.
I don't know.
Because it was
I
kind of
don't
like it
know.
was coming out and everyone's hyped about it, and once it released, like I didn't see anything on it.
Hmm.
That's why I was like, I think J
See, I
Stars
got to
came to
I've
you.
got to learn about all that, man. See, y'all bring some new information. It'd be
Oh
cool, you
yeah,
know, put
look,
all that
man. When
out
I
here.
start talking anime, like I get really nerded out on it because like I don't know, man. The only person I really could talk about it was my dad. I mean, my mom and dad both watch it, but
Okay,
yeah,
come out 90s in 2020.
but
Okay. But yeah, man, yeah, you really got to check out Yu Yu Hakusho. It was it was great. It was written really good. I know Aegon, he's really high on Yu Yu Hakusho. We
yeah,
talked about it a
he was
little bit
telling me
last
about
night.
it. Yeah,
Yeah, it's great. But yeah, Inuyasha, I did like it. It had a whole bunch of fillers though, man, and
yeah.
at
I
times it
hate
was sort
anime
of
with fillers. Yeah, Inuyasha so
yeah,
much.
yeah, it was at times horribly written. At times in certain parts, um, but you know, it actually had some pretty good movies though.
It did.
I know I can't think of the name of it now, but whenever the one with the three where it went into the three swords and all that, and of course Inuyasha's got the earth sword, and then Sesshomaru's got the heaven, and then they had the hell one. And I was like, oh, cool. But that whole movie, I can't remember what it's called now, but that one
Oh, you
was
talking
good.
about I think it's called like the Three Swords of Honorable Rule or something like that,
It's something like that. But that was a good movie.
or Swords of an Arm Swords. I forgot.
Gosh, I can't remember what it's called.
But yeah, like man, I got so much. I watched like you got Black Butler, Black Bullet, Black Lagoon, Gurren Lagann,
Dang.
Clannad. There's an anime that I don't really see people talk about that's really good called 91 Days. It was about bootlegging.
Huh.
That's that 91 Days, man. That's a really good. I think the anime is really well written. It's pretty underrated. Because some of the themes like you rarely really see, and bootlegging was one
Mhm.
of them. And so I was like, whatever. But 91
Right.
Days, I really like that. Oh,
Okay.
Great Teacher Onizuka, yes.
I gotta check it out.
I was just put on to that anime.
I gotta
That's a
check
really
it
good
out.
one.
Okay. And and see, like I remember, like Lawrence that came on the only anime that came around in his time really was Speed Racer.
Oh,
Yeah, it's super
yeah,
old, you know.
yeah.
But and then I think some when I was young, another one that came out before Dragon Ball Z just started the wave was Sailor Moon. It was, eh,
Yeah,
I
I didn't
remember it, but
even
it wasn't. Yeah, no, it wasn't.
yeah.
But I did look at Speed Racer. I did like it. And then when Dragon Ball Z came out, and they just started the wave, and that's whenever it just kind of released a whole bunch of a slew of them here. But yeah, what was it? Cowboy Bebop?
Cowboy Bebop is a really good one. It's
Yeah,
the thing with anime, man. It's kind of like you see everyone that's like, oh man, I'm anime, and then like I like anime, I watch like, oh yeah, I watch anime, and then that's when I start talking to them about anime, and you can just like tell you can get that reaction, like they're overwhelmed because like they only watch like the Dragon Ball Z, the Attack on Titan, and then what's the other main one? Hunter x Hunter it's kind of like it's not as mainstream, but Naruto like.
okay,
And it's kind of like, man, when I think of people that watch anime, I'm like, oh yeah, okay, so you watch anime, but now I've kind
right.
of like been able to like tell like who watches
Kind.
anime, and it's a little different kind of thing, man.
I know I had seen a few episodes of D Hunter Gray Man before.
Yes,
Um,
yes.
what's another? What's the other? I can't think of the other one. Gosh, it's
Vampire
on.
Hunter D was really good. Like all they did like 7,000 versions of it, but
Okay.
Vampire Hunter D.
Yeah, I gotta check that one out. I never just really checked that one out. I know a friend of mine, he got into Blood Plus. I really didn't get into it.
I did not get into that either.
I just it's because I really don't like
Jormungand is really good.
Yes, Trigun. I
Trigun.
used to look at that one too. Yes, I did like that one.
I forgot about Trigun. Iron-Blooded Orphan Gundam. Iron-Blooded Orphans was really good.
Okay.
It
I
got
mean,
a little. Huh?
I was about to say, and then if you looked at Gundam, you probably looked at the Big O. Big O was a good one, I thought.
Oh yeah. There's another one where they're in space, and I know it's a really I watched this anime so many times and I forgot. They're in space and there's like these space creatures and they eat and they're in these suits. It's not Gundam. What is it called? Oh man.
Oh, I know. I had seen one.
What is it called? And I
Oh
forgot.
God.
And it's like an older anime, but it has like
I'm trying to think. I thought they had like
damn. I forgot
gosh,
the
I'm
name
trying
of
to
it.
I can't think. My friend had got me into this, and they had they had come to the planet from somewhere out in space.
Yeah, and they were like eating planets, they were eating everything. But it was
this one I thought maybe had been a bit different. I don't know if they could transform into something or was it? Oh gosh, I can't remember what it was called. It's been so long. And then I seen a little bit of Soul Eater.
Soul Eater's good.
Um,
I know there's a couple anime that they made based on games. God Eater it only had one season, but God Eater was really good. And
I
they
think
had
I
to like
remember hearing about that one.
they changed studios halfway through. And I know they didn't. They changed studios because it was so expensive to produce, but the animation is really good.
Mm-hmm.
God Eater was a really good one. It was kind of like Attack on Titan they had like the whole Levi character and whatnot, and you had your little Aaron character, but that God Eater is a really good one.
Gosh, there's some more I've
Dude,
seen
there's
too.
so many that it's just like, man, like I kind of sat back and I was looking at all the anime I watched, and I'm just like, yo, this is crazy. Like, Hajime no Ippo that's a good boxing anime.
Okay.
Uh, there's another one.
What's going on, Fam Clutch? Welcome.
Gotta think. What is it? I'm trying to think. There's a lot of sports animes that are really good that no one really talks about.
Okay.
Megalobox was interesting. It wasn't
Okay.
written the best, but it was still interesting.
Yep. Big O. Yep. We talked about that one, Phantom Clutch. I used to look at a little bit of.
We
Go ahead.
forgot a major one. I forgot the name of it. Yo, it's like the one where like in the beginning he gets attacked by the female and he gets bit and he turns into a hybrid. Damn it! What is that anime called? And it just came back. Well, it didn't just come back. It came back last year.
I'm trying to
What
think.
is that anime? He doesn't turn into it. It's not a demon. Yo, I gotta find this anime now because it's gonna bug me. Fuck.
He gets bit and turns into a hybrid.
He gets bit. He gets attacked and they save him, and he ends up they operate out of like this coffee shop.
Huh.
And I forgot the name of the anime, and it's a major anime. I just forgot the name of it. Fuck. Yo, man. I hate when this happens. Wolf Rain is really good. Wolf Rain is a good anime.
I've never heard of that one. I've got to check it out.
Fuck, I cannot remember the name of the anime. Oh man! And then once I figure it out, it's gonna be like, damn, why did I forget this? But
Tokyo Ghoul, I've heard of it, but I've never looked at it.
Tokyo Ghoul, that's what it's called.
Okay.
Jesus Christ, I can't explain the anime for anything. Thank you. Gosh, I was like, yo, it's a major anime, and I couldn't remember what it was. Tokyo Ghoul. Dang, and that one was really well written.
Okay. I know man,
I know a lot of anime. I just forget the names of them, man. It's
Yeah.
like I've watched so much
Y'all know
good.
obviously a lot more than I do, but I know I looked at what is that Hack Sign.
Yeah,
I remember Eon Flux back in the day on MTV.
I watched Steins Gate, Sword Art Online,
Okay.
all of the Sword Arts Online, all of the Sword
Yeah,
Art Online.
yeah.
I mean,
I've seen a few of them, not all.
yeah,
Um,
it's some of them are a little cheesy, but it is what it is.
Eon Flux, I remember that.
Eon Flux is good.
Um, gosh, I'm trying to. Yes, yeah. I actually, you know what? I actually have seen a couple episodes of Fairy Tale. Um, it's been a while.
been a little bit.
Yeah, it's been a bit. But here lately, since I started this, I wanted to start this channel. Um, I just I've actually been binge watching Bleach. I just it's I don't know. It's just my favorite, so I get sucked into it real good.
But
Um,
another good anime that you would like that has fillers that are actually funny is Gintama.
you know what? I've been thinking about actually getting into Gintama. I've heard it
Yes.
was good.
Hey, look, and the
Yeah,
fillers
that's
are
a popular
funny,
one too.
and the fights, I love that the animation on the fights are really good. Yeah, if you like Bleach, you'll like Gintama. It's because it has a little more comedy to it, and in it they make fun of Dragon Ball Z. They make fun of a lot of shonen anime at the same time. So
Mm,
yeah, you'd probably like that. I like Gintama. It was really good. Black Lagoon, I love Black Lagoon.
I've heard of it. I've never seen it, but I've heard of it.
I
Okay,
think
yeah.
Black Lagoon. I gotta make sure I don't get these mixed up because I get Black Lagoon and Gurren Lagann mixed up all the time. Black
Okay.
Lagoon is with the you have like this regular like day job guy, and
Okay.
you have a female who's actually off the chain, and she's it's kind of like they end up it's them, and then there's this other he's like a other black dude. Well, a black dude.
Okay.
I don't really know what he is, but it's kind of like they just I didn't really understand. I didn't honestly. Now that I'm thinking about it, I didn't really understand really the story. But it's kind of like he quits his job, and they
Got you.
kind of like just travel throughout Japan and whatnot. Kind of,
Hmm.
honestly, they could probably explain better than me. But it's kind of it's it was just a good anime because it was kind of like shooting and a bunch of stuff. Like it was, yeah. But
Cool.
that's most as you can tell, some of the early animes that I watched was mostly because of I'd grown from watching anime that had a lot of good fighting scenes to actually like watching anime.
Got you.
So like Devil May Cry, I consider that
Yes.
a really good anime.
Yes. I forgot about it being an anime because about the game and all that. I forgot about that. Yes.
Yeah.
Um, yeah.
There's
Yep.
another one that was
I also talked about this one. This is one of my favorites too, Phantom Clutch, Run Kenshin. Gosh, I'm trying to think now.
yeah, once you start remembering, you realize that you watch so much anime, it's kind of like,
Yeah,
oh,
it's hard to keep up with all of it.
exactly. But oh man, you know what we didn't talk about? That's
What?
actually Code Geass.
Oh, yeah. I've seen a couple episodes of it, but yeah, I
Now,
forgot about that one.
the original Code Geass, I mean, it got kind of muddled as they went on, but like the original Code Geass was really well written. I thoroughly enjoyed that anime. Code Geass was definitely Code Geass, and there's another one that I'm missing. That's not as popular though.
Okay.
But what is it called? Um, damn, what is the name of it? I cannot think. Oh yeah, Mushishi. Mushishi is a really good one. It's like this it's kind of like this nomad dude. He helps
Mhm.
people kind of like what are those people called that help people with like ghosts and whatnot? I don't know what those
Oh,
people are called. He's not like an exorcist, but he's like
I know
it's one
a
of those
medium.
animes, huh? A medium.
A medium?
He's almost like a medium, where it's kind of like he fights like sounds.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have like sounds that terrorize his village, and he fights like sounds, and he fights supernatural creatures. It's a really good anime, but you have to like, that's one of those ones you have to watch, because if
Gotcha.
you like fall asleep while watching and you wake up, you're like, yo, what the fuck am I watching? Yeah.
Man, I just thought of another anime. I can't remember the name of it for crap. Oh my goodness.
Blue Exorcist.
Okay, I remember hearing about this one.
And
Oh
there's
man.
another one that I just found. It's an older anime that I haven't watched yet. It's called Eat Man.
I hadn't heard of that one.
It's about this space. It's like not really a space bandit, but he's like a gun for hire. And so I want to watch. I'm gonna watch that one. Oh yeah, Van Dread is a really good one.
Okay. See, I hadn't heard of that one.
Yeah, man. It's just there's so many good anime out there. Yeah. But I'm trying to think.
But yeah, man. Yeah, it's hard to try and when I think about it, I've ran across so many.
Mm-hmm.
I might not have completed all of them, but yeah, I just forget. And like, I've got two that I remember now, but I just can't remember what they're called, and I vaguely remember them.
Yeah, and I mean, at the same time, there's some anime out there that like a lot of people like, but I'm just like, look, I know I'm gonna get some hate for this, but I really didn't like Death Note like that.
I wasn't big on Death Note either.
I was not big on that one at all, but I know a lot of people were.
Oh man, I can't believe it. I didn't say this. We hadn't said this on Full Metal Alchemist. I don't think we did.
Oh yeah, damn, it's crazy, isn't it? Like,
yeah.
Yeah, Mob Psycho 100 is a really good one. He's actually
that was another good one.
Yeah, I like Mob Psycho 100 because it was kind of like he was towards the end when he started fighting more. Those fights were legit. So I can always appreciate a good animated scene, fighting animated scene. So
oh yeah, always.
Yeah, it's so much, man. It's crazy.
Black Clover. I forgot about Black Clover too. Wow.
Yeah, it's another one that's kind of like it's not really fighting or whatnot, but Babylon is about this detective where they have like this test city outside of Tokyo, and pretty much they make suicide legal, and they're pretty much trying to figure out the whole loophole through like the legalities of making suicide legal, and it's basically a play on how I think in Japanese culture, where you work so hard and you become so successful that you have nothing else. You become so successful at your craft that you get bored and you feel like you have nothing else to live for, kind of thing. But that one was a really good one because it had a lot of plot twists in it. That's kind of like, oh shit, I didn't even realize that. Yeah, damn, I've watched a lot of anime, man.
And see, for me, I think that right there is what kind of drew me to Bleach, and that's why I like Eyes and the whole plot twist with them making you think that Gin was the one that was the actual bad guy.
Yeah,
and then whenever you find out that wait, it's not him, it's Eisen. And then whenever he shows what he really is and that smugness and how he talks to him, oh man, it was priceless. I thought he had some of the best one-liners, the monologues.
Yeah,
when he talked to him, and I know that whole part whenever whenever Hisagaya was chasing Kira, when when they were him and Matsumoto were chasing Kira, and then that's when Kira brought up the fact that oh gosh, Momo had been following them the whole time, and then she was back there at Central 46, and he gets back there, and when Aizen said, "Man, I should have chopped her up in little pieces, that way you wouldn't have found her," I was like, "Oh damn!"
Yeah, and I
That
like
was
the whole dynamic between Aizen and Okiora, because it's kind of like Okiora's not the strongest Espada, but he's the most trusted one, right?
yeah. He depended on him a lot.
Yeah, and it's kind of like it was interesting because it was kind of like why I at first I didn't understand like why Ukiora out of everybody, but it was kind of like, oh, okay, I see I can see how I can kind of
He
see
was a more
how that's the case.
calculating one
Yeah,
as far as being able to forward think. Whereas, like, don't get me wrong, what was it, Baragon? He had the expertise as far as military tactics and all that, as far as that deal. But Ukiora, he was really forward thinking, one that he could kind of depend on to stay, kind of do what he needed done. And also, he was actually more powerful than was realized, because I think he probably hid the fact of his second transformation, his
and
second
then
release.
that was the craziest thing when he really thought that he like no one knew about no one knew about his second transformation, and then Aizen came out of nowhere and was like, oh, I knew about it the whole time. And then that's when the first time you actually saw some type of emotion from Ukiora, where he was kind of shocked, like, oh shit. Yeah, man, but that was in, I can't remember, was that in the anime? Or was that the manga? That was that the anime or the manga?
Yeah,
That
that
was
had
the
to be the
manga.
manga.
That was definitely the manga. Yeah, because he was like because I think I forgot what the scene was, but they were
I
I
guess it would probably be when he was telling Ichigo
yes.
about how everything that happened. Whenever Ichigo attacked him, he said everything happened according to plan, and Ichigo was kind of surprised, and then he was like, "Why?" It was like, man, and what's up, Lawrence? And but his, like I said, to me, he was just so much more meticulous. This is why I had the theory for me, as far as he his Bankai is never actually explained. The whole complete his hypnosis is actually Shikai.
Hmm.
And my whole thing of thinking, because of the way he explained and the way he could see everything, I think his Bankai, to me, has something to do with being able to see or move forward throughout time. And for him to be able to have this relevance and understanding and knowing about the Soul King and what he was, and what I don't know, because I have to think about it too. Urahara knew too, so
Yeah.
it's kind of makes you wonder there about that too.
And then I
But
hate how like they didn't get to where in the anime where they talked about Squad Zero, man. Yo,
yeah,
Squad
the only
Zero is
the only time they had just that one reference in the Turn Back the Pendulum, whenever
yep.
it talks about Hikafune being transferred. And
Mm.
that was it.
Yo,
Because she
because
was the former Squad 12 captain, and that was the
in the
only reference they
manga,
made.
man, Squad Zero is that's man. When you read the manga, you're gonna look at Squad Zero and be like, what? And
Yeah,
that's when you realize how overpowered Yahweh is, and it's like, what?
yeah,
And then,
especially for him to do what he did to Ichibe.
yep, yep.
Yeah, but yeah, what's going on, Lawrence?
Nothing much, just sitting here listening in.
Yeah, we've been going on trying to think about all the anime that we've looked at or ran across, and we
Oh
realized that we
man.
forgot more. We've forgotten more than we could name. You begin to think like, dang, I've ran across more than I really realized.
How far did you go back?
As far as going back here, I think the oldest one that I can remember going back to was Speed Racer.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
trying to think of any older.
Do you guys remember Battle of the Planets?
No.
G-Force?
I watched that.
Okay,
Yeah.
the G-Force, I forgot about
Yeah.
that and what Silverhawks.
Oh yeah, definitely Silverhawks, absolutely.
I forgot about Silverhawks.
But yeah, Battle of the Planets was my thing, man. Keop, Tiny, Princess, Mark, Jason, them my boys right there.
See, I do not remember that one. But I knew Speed Racer was old. That had to come out in the 70s, didn't it? Late 70s, maybe.
I think the oldest I really go back is I think Fist of the North Star was 86.
Oh my God, I forgot about that one.
Yeah, because Battle of the Planets is 1972.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
But it wasn't Battle of the Planets. It used to be called it was one of the Gotcha Men things. Science Ninja Team Gotchaman or something like that.
Okay.
But Speed Racer, but that was 1972. So Speed Racer, yeah, it's probably around the same.
Yeah, I know it had to be because I know when I was looking, I know it was reruns when I was coming up.
Oh yeah. Well, everything we got was reruns for sure.
And then I didn't know I didn't know this anime was so old. Lupin the Third was not old, but Lupin the Third.
Yeah,
that came out in 71.
Yeah,
I forgot about Lupin. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang.
And as far as it goes for Speed Racer, I'm looking at it now. It first came out in print in 1966.
Oh,
golly!
And it became it was adapted into anime. The first 52 episodes aired April 1967. That's a month after I was born, man.
I knew it was old, but I didn't realize it was that old.
Yeah, because that's April 67. No, I'm sorry, it was the month before. April 67. I was born May 67. So yeah.
Golly.
They ran
my dad wasn't even born then, man.
You're young.
It ran from April 67 until March 68 for a total of 52 episodes. The anime was later rebroadcasted on Tokyo MX. So, yep. Now I remember Speed Racer in the comics in the 90s because a small publisher called Now Comics had them, and I used to pick up the comic every now and then. It was a small independent publisher.
Okay.
But yeah. But Silverhawk, Speed Racer, Battle of the Planets, and there's another one, a team.
What was the other one? It was like I remember it was like Silverhawks with the but it was more Voltron.
There you go. That's what it was. Voltron. Sure enough, that's what it was. That's what I was thinking of. Voltron.
Yeah, that was another big one at the time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I knew it was a team. For some reason I just could not get the Voltron to come pop in my head. Now, if I remember correctly, Voltron was the 80s.
Yes.
Like early 80s. Too, I think. Yeah, because I think Voltron was like 81. No, wait a minute. Hold on. Let me look it up.
I thought Voltron was before the Silverhawks, but I might be wrong.
Voltron was 1984.
Okay.
And let me see what Silverhawks was real quick.
It was 84. Because I remember, I think Gundam came out before. Because I think Gundam was 81.
That was another one. The Battleship Gundam.
Yeah.
That was another one.
Yeah.
Silverhawks came out in, hold on a second, yada, 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 1986.
I was right. It was after.
Yep. But
dang, I didn't realize. Oh golly.
But yeah, Battleship Gundam was another one. I got that one from my boy Brian. He used to watch that, and my boy Brian got me into Battleship Gundam, Battle of the Planets, and he got me into Doctor Who.
Doctor Who.
See, that's something I need to check out. I've never checked out Doctor Who.
And it's not Battleship, it's Mobile Suit Gundam.
Mobile Suit Gundam.
Yeah, Mobile Suit Gundam. That's it.
And that's when they went into like 00 C Gundam Seed, and then that's when they went.
And see, and when I came around, it was Wing. Whenever it came on Toonami, and then they went back and did Mobile Suit Gundam and all those.
Right now, Mobile Suit Gundam came out in '79, and then the other one that he got me into was Star Blazers.
Oh, man.
So yeah. That was my thing, because I looked up to Brian because like we were in high school together, and he was like a year or two older than me. So he's the one who got me into I was already doing comics, but I was doing DC. He's the one who got me into Marvel. He introduced me to Chris Claremont and John Byrne on the X-Men.
Okay. Okay.
During the Dark Phoenix saga and all that. So that, like I said, that Doctor Who, Spider-Man, a whole lot. Oh yeah, and he could draw just like John Byrne too. He was good.
And see, I used to draw back when I was in school. I used to draw a lot back then. I would draw comics. I draw a lot of X-Men. And then whenever I started, that's whenever I remember when Dragon Ball Z made its way to UPN then, and on Saturday mornings, and I would get up. We had an old school ass TV with the antenna on the back, and we had a hanger and a foil wrapped around it to kind of maximize it, so we could pull a channel to Memphis, and it was UPN. I remember I get up every morning. I remember at one point they had a Highlander cartoon back in.
Yeah, and, they did. They sure did. Yeah, I remember that.
And I looked at it for a while. But yeah, I mean, and whenever Dragon Ball Z came, I just remember it blew the doors wide open for here as far as anime here in America. And oh yeah, I mean, gosh, those were days, man. God,
yeah, but even with all that being done, if you ask, I mean, all that was great, but all that stuff happened generally with people like us. It was a very small group who was really into it.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't think animation really truly kicked it. Animation, anime, cartoons, whatever. I don't think America really understood it until 1981 when they did that Heavy Metal movie.
You know, I think I honestly, dang, I did forget about that. But that's when America started taking it seriously. That's when you started getting stuff like Thundercats, G.I. Joe. Dang, yeah, golly, you Thundercats. Well, they started taking animation in itself differently.
Exactly. After the heavy metal, I think done it. That's what I was gonna say. After Heavy Metal, there was 4 particular shows that you started to notice that America was taking it seriously. Thundercats, Transformers, G.I. Joe, and He-Man.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say that too. Yes, sir. It was He-Man. Yes.
So
sir.
Thundar the Barbarian wasn't big because I love Thundar the Barbarian, man. That was my Thundar. That was 81, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was early. But see, Thundar the Barbarian was still done in that old classic Saturday morning style that you would get up with your cereal in the morning like a kid and sit down and watch
Super Friends and all that type of bull.
It was the same thing. If you really want to see when Saturday morning cartoon animation changed, I'm going to give you a name and you probably don't remember it because it's that old and it didn't last that long. Brave Star.
I've heard of that. My dad talked about that.
Brave Star. That's when they started taking Saturday morning animation seriously. Look at it.
Isn't that the dude with the white hat or something like that? He has like a white hat with like
the
a
cowboy
star on it.
Yeah, he's a cowboy in another planet. Look at the animation art style, and then look at the other stuff we just got finished talking about, like Thundar. That's when Saturday morning cartoons changed. Right there with Brave Star, the animation was radically different. They started doing it, and and if you looked at the credits, you started to see more Korean names in there for animators. You know, and then after that, they jumped into the 3D style. I can't remember the name of the show though. It was like a cartoon about the people living inside a computer generated world. I can't remember the name of it.
Oh, so it was something like almost like Tron in a way, I guess.
Something like that. I'm trying to see if I could find what it is, real quick. But and it was really good, but they didn't give it the push for it like they did, like they would with He-Man. He-Man, you look, it was everywhere.
Right.
But there was a show. I'm trying to remember it. But yeah, oh man, I'm trying to remember it. I can't remember it. I don't even know how to I don't even know how to search for it. I guess list of American animated shows. I guess. Let me see if that works.
And you know what? Another one I forgot about. I can't believe I actually forgot about it. Space Ghost.
Oh yeah, that was but Space Ghost has been around since 1966.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I mean, I know it's old, but you know, I mean, they redid it. and it came. They redid it. They did the old one. They redid it, and they had it on late at night. But I just can't believe I forgot all about Space Ghost.
See, and I wasn't really introduced to these things until like, well, obviously early 2000s when Boomerang was still a thing. So that's when I found out about Thundercats, Thundar the Barbarian.
Yeah, you're quite a bit younger.
Yeah, and, Wacky Races, all that stuff. So
Wacky Races was so great.
Wow.
Hey, that dog. Oh, Muttley laughing at Dick Dastardly all the time when he's messing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What is that, Dastardly and Muttley? I think it was.
Yeah.
Dick Dastardly was the guy, and Muttley was the dog. Yep. And another good one back then that almost kind of had like they tried to do an anime style with it was Johnny Quest.
Johnny Quest, yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, Johnny Quest is a classic.
You had the old one, and then later on in the 90s they made the new adventures.
Yeah, they did. Quest. That they did. And going back to Space Ghost, I always enjoyed the Terrific Trio.
Okay.
Birdman.
Yeah.
And I
can't think. I forgot.
Not the humanoids. The ones who had Gloop and Gleep.
The one of the twins, Gleep and Glam, or was it?
No. That's Super Friends.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about.
Had the family and had the rhino who shot energy pellets out of his horn.
Oh gosh, I can't remember. Oh yeah.
But you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, but I can't remember what it is.
But
I know what you're talking about. Gosh.
Yeah.
They were kind of like a barbarian type deal in a way.
Yeah, they were. Yeah.
I can't remember.
I wonder if I typed in. Hold on a second. Let me type in this and see if I can get the name.
But yeah, gosh, and probably one of the oldest cartoons ever. You know, is Scooby Doo.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, and it golly, I think for the longest, for part of the 2000s, midway at least, they were probably into the 2010s early they were doing movies still.
Oh, there you go. I got it. The Herculoids.
Okay, that's what they were called. Okay, I remember them.
The Herculoids. I'm sorry, that took me a minute. So, and I got Brave Star. He ran from 1987 to 1988.
Okay, and I don't remember that.
Now, what I was looking for was that one with the computer thing. I'm sorry, you guys keep talking. I'm just searching. I'm sorry.
No, you good. I'm just thinking. I was more. I ended up watching more 90s anime, so like I was really big into like Gargoyles.
Oh, Gargoyles was awesome. I forget all about Gargoyles.
That they didn't bring back. They absolutely didn't bring that back. Seriously.
Macbeth, man, old tale. God, it was great.
As a matter of fact,
then you watch it and you realize you're like, oh man, this had some really deep stuff in it. And
a lot of the cast want to come back and do it again.
Yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah. A lot of them want to come back and do it again. I don't know why they're not doing it though, but yeah, I mean, come on, it's Gargoyles, man.
Yeah, Gargoyles is great.
Not only is it Gargoyles, but half the cast is from Star Trek. Some version of Star Trek.
Really, I didn't know that.
Well, Michael Dorn, which is Worf, was one of the voices. What's his name?
Oh yeah, he's probably the main one, isn't he?
No, actually, the main one was what's his face? Avery
Keith
Brooks.
David.
No, it was Avery Brooks who played Captain Benjamin Sisko on DS9. That was the main. Yep, that was that was one of the main voices. Yeah, and Michael Dorn was the other one. Yeah, there was a couple of them, and then a couple of the other ones were popping as guest stars with their voices, like Nana Visitor, who was Major Kira from DS9 and all that good stuff. Yeah, man, they're my people. I keep track of them.
And while you were gone, we got to talking about comics, and I said one, and I was talking about in the 90s, how we got talking about how DC had the best, as far as cartoon animation, then Marvel kind of, it didn't really take over as far as with the animated series the way DC has. And
well, even to
go
this
ahead.
day, Marvel's never got their TV animation straight.
Yeah. I mean, and the best thing that they had was Uncanny X-Men. I thought it was golden.
That was the best they ever got.
Yeah.
That was
Spider-Man, I take it, Amazing Spider-Man.
Well, yeah,
they missed with the Fantastic Four. They had a couple good episodes, but they missed with that one.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, those two were the their holy grail as far as animation.
Yeah. But as far as it goes for solid, consistent quality, it's always been DC.
DC had a leg up on them, and I said I remember finding out later on that freaking Luke Skywalker was the Joker, and I was like, man, as far as I'm concerned, I don't care whoever plays him, the Joker will forever always be him, Mark Hamill.
Oh, you're not alone. You're not alone. A lot of people say that, and I can't argue with them either.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I mean he plays it well. It is what it is.
Yeah. Oh man, it's great. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, they can have anybody dress up with him in the movies and just have Mark Hamill voice him.
Yeah. I mean, I can see it. I can see it. But that's gonna be his thing. Luke Skywalker and the Joker.
Yeah. And
that's gonna be his epitaph. And I don't mean that in a negative way. I mean that with all respect.
Yeah, I mean, those are the highlights of his acting career, without a doubt. Two of the best roles anybody could ask for.
Yeah.
I was trying to think. And it makes me think as far as when it comes to as far as the cinematic movies, Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight trilogy, the first two were great. That third one was awful. I can't do it.
Are you waiting for a response?
Yeah. I mean, the only thing good. Well, yeah, because the second one was the Joker. Yeah, that third one, it was awful. To me,
for me, it barely made it to an average 5. I don't think it had anything to do. I think the execution is what messed up for me because the thing with me is that Bane is a seminal character. Bane in a sense has become legendary for a character who hasn't been around as long as everybody else.
Right.
I mean, Bane has only been around since the 90s. And he's infamous because he's the only person to have ever truly broke Batman.
Yeah,
and because of that, that's why he's legendary. That's why he gets to be in a movie before the Riddler. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my gosh. That makes me think when you said the Riddler, it pisses me off now with the Hush movie, the Hush animated movie they did.
Yo, that was so trash.
Because of the simple fact, when in the comics,
that was bad.
It was Thomas Elliott that was the villain, and I hadn't even read it. I went and seen this movie, and I was like, man, this is Hush right here, his friend. And then whenever they changed it to the Riddler, and I later find out that it was Elliot, I'm like, oh my God, they screwed it up.
Yeah. Because as a matter of fact, they actually convinced Jim Lee to come back into artwork.
Oh wow!
Because he was running Wildstorm Studios, his own publishing company, and then they got Jeff Loeb to write the story. That storyline literally lasted an entire year to tell it. It was 12 issues.
Oh, wow.
And Thomas Elliott was a childhood friend. Yada yada yada. Came back. hinted at the time he killed his own parents to get the money. It was all kind. It was crazy. Superman fighting Batman because Poison Ivy put kryptonite lipstick on to control.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a good story. And then I saw that animated flick. I sat here with my family, and we all like, what?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
That's
Throw
a
it in the trash.
It was bad.
Me and my mom and dad were watching it. I walked out. I'm like, yeah, I'm not watching this. I can't do this.
Yeah. Whenever it got to the Riddler, it was just, oh man, it was terrible.
It was the same thing. Yeah, it was the same thing.
Yeah,
it was the same
terrible.
thing. Fist of the North Star looks like it started in 1984.
Golly. Yeah, I knew it was old.
I'm still trying to find that show.
But
I'm gonna find that show, man. I'm not getting that. We're not getting off till I find that show.
Now look, we're gonna get off at some point now. I know I'm messing with you. But yeah, that was horrible. Now see, for me, as far as that third Batman movie, it was several things. Whenever he supposedly broke Batman's back, the only thing he did was bring up his knee. It looked terrible.
That's how it was in the comic, actually.
But no, he moved. Man, he put his heels to the back of his head in that comic. It was like he did a real backbreaker, but in that movie, it was terrible the way it was done.
Oh, I got the issue. I don't remember that. I remember him picking him up and bringing him straight down, nothing but knee.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Now, in the movie, he brought his knee up.
I see what you're saying.
Exactly.
Okay,
and then the number one thing was how they had it to where Talia al Ghul and Bruce Wayne had no idea about each other. That right there just made me want to throw the whole shit out.
Yeah. And Talia al Ghul is the person who's in love with him, and he serves her. Bane doesn't serve anybody.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't even know what that was supposed to be.
He learned and he became a student. The only reason why Ra's even got him was the simple factor because he couldn't get Bruce Wayne to be it. Because that's who he wanted to actually be next in line as far as, the head. Well, actually, Ra's always wanted him, but in case wanted himself to do it, but it just in case if something happened where it was Bruce next. But it was I just that right there just made me want to throw it out.
I'm not gonna kid myself. It took me a bit to not fall asleep on that.
Yeah, it was terrible. Now the second one, The Dark Knight, I thought Heath Ledger's role as the Joker, it was interesting. It was pretty good.
That's his forever.
Yeah, he was much more vicious. Now the best part to me, the most Joker moment was when he was walking out of that hospital in them heels and he was just tapping on that button and it wouldn't explode.
Yeah, it wouldn't explode.
That shit was so great.
They said that wasn't part of the plan. That was a scene they were going to cut because it didn't.
Yeah, I read somewhere. I read that.
I didn't know that.
But no,
they kept it in. My bad.
Yeah, it wasn't planned. That actually was an accident. It was supposed to blow up, but he couldn't figure out why. That's why he kept hitting the button to get the scene, and then it blew up and he ran. And
what? They had to change that whole scene, but they ended up keeping. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. That's all right. Yeah, that worked out fine. It worked out great because he didn't really have any other moment where you was like, that's the Joker right there. He was just more. It was almost like he was kind of more in the one whenever gosh, I'm trying to think. Whenever he was at that point when he was vicious, whenever he basically almost beat Jason Todd to a pulp. Whenever he was the Robin, when he's robbing and all that. And
okay.
Yeah, man, he damn near killed him.
Yeah. You're talking about Death in the Family. Okay.
Yeah, that's what it was called. I couldn't remember the name of that. But yeah, that's what it was called. I mean, he beat the crap out of him. And I think whenever at the end of the third one, whenever they said that whenever it showed that one Robin costume in there with the spray paint on it from the Joker had something on there, and I think that was what that was an ode to about when he beat the shit out of Jason Todd with that crowbar and all this shit.
Well, I mean, to be honest, with the exception of Batman's parents getting murdered, the most iconic moments in Batman's history have all because of the Joker.
Yeah,
I mean, the first time Robin, Dick Grayson, ever got truly hurt was by the Joker. He killed Jason Todd. He killed Jason Todd as Robin. He crippled Barbara Gordon as Batgirl. I mean, and this. I mean, let's be real.
He didn't kill Jason Todd. He damn near did because he later became Red Hood.
Red Hood.
No. He actually killed him. What happened is
later
that,
on.
No, he killed him. That moment he died. What happened is Talia.
That's right. Ra's al Ghul. He did die. I thought he was near Ra's al Ghul put him in the pit. Okay.
Nah, he was dead, and they took his corpse, put it in the resurrection pits. And
I thought he was still hanging on. My bad. I thought he was still hanging on when it last. Okay.
And the only reason that could happen is because Superboy Prime had been punching through reality, so he was making reality shifts that brought people back to life and yada yada. Yeah, I'm a DC man, I tell you.
Superboy Prime storyline is crazy too, man.
I heard it.
Yeah, it is. It was. Yeah, it is. It totally is.
Yeah. When he said Superboy Prime, and I started thinking, I'm like, yeah.
And you know what I really want to check out now. I need to check it out. I think is the Batman. What is it? The Batman that kills, or what? The one where that Joker infection, and he gets it, and I think it's going on now, unless they just completed it.
Oh, you're talking about the Batman who laughs.
Yeah, the Batman who laughs. That's it.
You're talking about Death Metal. You're talking about Death Metal. Yeah. It was alright. I mean, a lot of people.
Oh, don't say that. I haven't gotten to it yet.
No. Well, it depends. It depends. Are you talking about the one that just came out, or are you talking about the one prior?
The one they just done. I didn't know about the one prior.
Okay. Well, the one prior, I didn't. It was alright. I think they stretched the story out longer than they needed to be. But the one that they're doing now, it's good. I like it.
Okay.
I like it.
That's the one I was thinking about.
Yeah. I mean, it's only the second issue out so far. I think I read the first one. I haven't read the second one yet.
Okay.
But the first one, they had me at the first one. I thought it was pretty good.
Okay.
I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, and I mean, do any of y'all happen to just read regular books by chance?
Yeah.
What do you mean by regular books? Just regular novels.
Yeah, I mean, it can still be comic. Let's see. Okay, I'll put it like this: I'm really into reading all the Star Wars novels. I have that. Okay, go ahead.
No, I didn't have anything.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've actually read. I've read the whole Dark Bane trilogy.
Okay.
Let's see. I read the Fate of the Force series. I think it's like 15 books. I'm currently reading is that Legacy of the Force? No, it's Fate of the Force I'm reading now. That's the one with the Yuzan Vong. And I've read the Legacy of the Force. That's after all that.
I found it.
Slews. Oh, go ahead.
I found it. Oh my God. Dang, that took a lot. The reason I couldn't find it is because I was in the 80s. It actually came from the 90s.
Oh, okay.
It came in 1994. It was called Reboot.
Oh,
and
it was like the CGI animated deal, wasn't it?
Exactly. Yep. That's
okay. Yeah. Gosh, I do vaguely remember that.
That's the one I was trying to remember to say. I just found it, and I was like, "Let me try something else," because I've been sitting here going through the 80s year by year, and I'm not getting nothing. But yeah, that's what I was talking about. I'm sorry. Okay, I can sleep now. Whew,
you good?
Okay,
you good? Yeah, I do. I remember Reboot. I forgot all about it.
Yeah. Yep. Reboot. Yep. Forgot all about that.
But yeah, I'm reading those. I've got several novels I've got here at the house. I've got to read on them. Like I've explained, I've read Dark Plagueis. That was really good. But you know, I just like I understand. You know, in reading these books, you know, and I go into the expanded universe and then looking at movies. You know, it's just gosh. Now I get into that conundrum now of when I read books and they make movies on them, or if I see something they got movies on, I have to look at the movies first before I read the books, because I know now that if I read the book first, I know I'm gonna hate the damn movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, and see, I've always been more of a Star Trek guy than a Star Wars guy.
Oh, really? Okay.
But I do like the Star Wars movies. I mean, I do. I like the
I hate
movies.
these
I really
last
do.
three.
Oh no, I can't do this. I can't do the last three. I can't do it.
And-
Well, first of all, Force Awakens is nothing but a play-by-play of A New Hope. I mean, you could literally run them side by side, and you will see that they.
I'm gonna tell you why it's not a
replicated that same movie.
play-by-play. I'm gonna tell you one reason why it's not a play-by-play.
Well-
Luke wasn't OP'd like that. From
Well,
the
yeah,
jump.
well, yeah. But I'm just talking about scenery. I know he wasn't like that from jump.
Yeah, I mean that.
And then what Ryan Johnson did in Last Jedi. Come on. First things first. Look, you guys want to make movies and you want to subvert expectations. That's your business. But realistically speaking, that's not my Luke Skywalker. My Luke Skywalker don't act like that. My Luke Skywalker is not a cynical dude. My Luke Skywalker is the dude who had so much hope. He actually convinced his father to give up the dark side in that last moment to get him back on track. That's not a character. That's not a cynical. And to be damn sure, he wouldn't be trying to kill his nephew in his sleep. Come on, stop playing. Not
in the sleep. You know what I'm saying?
That's not my Luke Skywalker.
Yeah, I mean, even whenever because like I said, you know, I've read these books, and they call it the Legend series now, and that Fate of the Force. I mean, who he had to kill in that one, he didn't even do it because he couldn't kill him, because of the simple fact that he knew he would fall to the dark side, so somebody else had to do it. It was it was horribly written.
Yeah, and didn't have him, and then
no, it was Legacy of the Force. That's what. Yeah, it was terrible. I mean, just killing for no reason. Yeah, no, I can't.
And then that scene when Ben kills his own father, Han. Come on, man, that's not my Star Wars. Yeah. That's not you don't go through everything you went through in those first sets of movies to do this.
Yeah,
come on, man. And then on top of that, and I agree with a lot of people, Disney missed a golden opportunity to have all three of those characters on screen together again, side by side.
You know what? No, I'm sorry, but to be honest, what they should have done was started a completely new era, or did a different era other than them. Just had them promoted, because I know Harrison Ford doesn't really care to too much do Star Wars, and I think it's because of that whole Christmas special with the Wookiee shit, and that is terrible. I get it. It was terrible.
Yeah, I get that. But see, here's the thing about it though.
But they definitely would have promoted it.
But see, here's the thing.
If they did a different era or something.
Yeah, here's the thing. Disney had dozens, and I'm talking about dozens of years of at least 30 years worth of novels and fan fiction and work that was done that even George Lucas himself approved of.
Yes.
All you had to do was pick up from that, because in those stories, Luke and Leia and Han and all, they all had kids. Exactly. And they were and the stories were already there. And they were good, solid stories.
And you know, some of them, it did have bad moments, but for the most part, man,
but you could have
a lot of great stories.
Yeah, but you could have fixed all that in film production by bringing in a decent script writer. But what they decided to do instead was to cancel all those books, cancel all the fan fiction, and shared universe, so Kathleen Kennedy can make the Force female. That's all that was. Exactly. And then in an interview, for her to actually have the audacity to sit there and insult our intelligence by saying, well, you got to understand, you know, we have no blueprint for this. You know, I mean, we're learning to do this. We're learning to do this from scratch. I said, really? Because you got 30 years worth of novels and not just novels, but Marvel had been running a decades-long Star Wars comic.
They had graphic novels.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had graphic novels, and the thing was, I mean, they didn't even have to do that era. They could have went back to the old Republic. They could have done anything.
Yep. And like I told somebody before, you know, we can get upset all we want to at Disney and Kathleen Kennedy, but guess what? We can't get mad at them. We have to get mad at George Lucas because he's the one who put her in charge.
Well, here's the thing.
With no merit.
Well, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest. Here's the thing. George Lucas is old. And here's the other thing. When he sold it to Disney, you knew that was gonna happen. Disney ain't nothing but the devil. As far as I'm concerned.
No. Hold on a second. Because that wasn't on Disney. He told Disney he's not going to sign the deal unless they put Kathleen in charge, his handpicked successor. That was his call. That was his call. That was his call. And I'm sitting there and I'm saying to myself, you're going to put somebody in there who has no merit. Because see, you got to understand, George Lucas, Kathleen Kennedy, and Steven Spielberg have a long friendship together.
That's what it is.
She was the producer on all their movies.
But she definitely shows terrible behind the heads of right and all that. Because Lord, them storylines terrible.
Yeah, but she was producer on the Star Wars movie. She was producer on Indiana Jones movie. She was producer on E.T. She was there for all the big ones. The three of them work together all the time.
I didn't realize that. God.
Yeah, but
I read somewhere
But when he signed that contract, he told them, he said, "I'm picking my successor," and he picked Kathleen Kennedy, and they actually did an interview with them where he sat there and talked about why he picked her, and her telling him to the interviewer how important his legacy is, and then as soon as he was gone, she shit all over it.
Wow. Go ahead, CC.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I read somewhere where George Lucas was kind of disappointed in the last couple of Star Wars films.
He hates them.
Yeah, and that's all. I was like, that has a suck.
Mark Hamill does too. Mark Hamill really does too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can.
Mark
oh
Hamill
man,
he's
not hiding it at all. Mark Hamill is not hiding it at all.
and you know, Kylo Ren was a poor villain.
Terrible.
It was awful. Golly. I mean, he was a poor imitation for Jason Solo in the books.
Well, see, the problem is that if you look at all of it, okay, they messed up on so many ways. First of all,
yeah,
Ray being overpowered like that was insane.
Yes,
was absolutely insane.
No training, whatever.
That's number one. Number two.
That's number two. I'm gonna have number one for you whenever you get done. Go ahead.
Okay. The next thing is, and this is counting both Ray and Finn simultaneously.
Mm-hmm.
You got people with no training and no ability who can suddenly use a lightsaber.
Yeah, I got you there.
That was a problem.
Exactly.
That was a problem. The next thing, is Kylo Ren.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Even with the backstory they gave us, there's still no reason for him to be evil like that. I still have no explanation. He's upset that his uncle tried to kill him, sure, but we have no reason for why he is truly evil. None. Not a one. You can use the Snoke theory all you want to, but Snoke was such a minor moment in the full scheme of the trilogy that Rian Johnson killed him in the second movie, which messed up the third act, which is why they had to go back and do all the stuff they did. Then on top of that, all of a sudden you got Leia, who can suddenly become a space princess and float through space with no oxygen, using the Force in a destroyed, exploded ship, and float her way through space to an airlock on another ship. Come on, man, stop playing. And that's just the tip of the iceberg, because from what I heard with Finn, there was supposed to be scenes of Luke training Finn, and they removed that because John Boyega was very pissed because he said he had bigger roles in that, but because Disney was so interested in trying to get
making a feminism-centered movie.
Well, one, feminism, and two, the money they were going to make from China. Because let's think about it, where Disney's concerned, that's where the bulk of their money's made. It's not made from us going to movies here. The boat coverage is made
so
for China.
doing all that with Finn and
Right, right. So they make the bulk of their money in China, and the bulk of the money that helps them produce the films is from China. So when China says we don't want to see black folk, well,
like that, and having a major influence. Like, you're right. You're right.
Because if you look at the movie posters here that we got, and then you look at the movie posters that China got, you'll see they shrunk Finn and pushed him in the back on every photo, on every
I don't doubt
poster.
it. Yeah, I don't doubt it. Yeah.
And I'm not mad at it. I'm just saying that's the nature of the business that you were doing. So John Boyega, because somebody has said something to him yesterday or the day before about hoping he comes back to do Star Wars again because they'd like to see him in a black suit with a lightsaber. He's like, I'm done.
Yeah, and have bigger roles in that.
I know he wants to. What he wants to be, is it the Green Lantern? He wants to play somebody in either in Marvel. I can't remember which.
I'd love to see him play Jon Stewart. I would, but I don't think he's old enough to have that gravitas yet. But I would love to see him do it. But because I tell you, the perfect Jon Stewart, if he was younger, would have been Avery Brooks. I'm sorry, that was Jon Stewart all day.
I know who you're talking about from the Star Trek.
Yeah, Captain Sisko. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Captain Sisko. Remember when he used to play Hawk on Spencer for Hire?
Oh my gosh, I forgot about that show.
Now, get that image in your head and tell me that's not Jon Stewart.
Man, see, you're gonna have to make me go back and look. I forgot all about that show.
Mm-hmm. He played Hawk and Spencer for Hire, and then they spun him off to his own show, Hawk, which I think lasted half a season or something like that. Okay. Yeah. Okay. But like I said, there was so much stuff. Then the way they brought back Palpatine, which made no sense. First of all, you got wreckage of the Death Star on a planet. Okay, we watched in Return of the Jedi, the thing was vaporized. There are no parts to be left on the planet. Here's the thing. I know in the books it was written that he had several clones. Okay, got that. They did that. But here's the number one thing for me. You will never be able to make me believe that Palpatine had sex with anybody to have a kid because he didn't give a damn about anybody.
Yeah,
that is correct.
That is the number one thing for me.
That is correct. I would have to give you that one. That is correct. That is because there was nothing in his character whatsoever. That's why he always took on students, because he had no heirs.
And here's the thing. But no, I mean, the whole thing, even him taking them on, was to use them, because his whole thing was there wasn't going to be anyone past him, because he was going to be it and he was going to live forever. Mm-hmm. So there was no need to have an heir.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's just sad. I mean, I know George Lucas had a lot of sleepless nights, man.
Phantom Clutch is saying that he think Idris Elba should be Jon Stewart. I was kind of thinking for a while. For me, I was thinking more along the lines of, I thought that it would be a good shot to give be a good chance to give Mustafa, the guy that plays the black guy from the Old Spice commercial, to try and give him a shot.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if he has the acting chops or not.
I said a shot.
Yeah. Now, as far as Idris is concerned, Idris is a good choice, but I think Idris has been soured on his time with Disney in the Thor movies.
Yeah,
because he was not, as a matter of fact, a lot of those guys who were doing those movies for Disney was very upset. They don't want to go back. And then you turn around and you see the same thing with Star Wars, because that last big Star Wars group where they had all the cast members together before the last movie came out, somebody asked them, so are you looking forward to doing any more movies? They all got quiet. Nobody was saying jack. I'm like, that's bad.
I think Idris Elba would be, actually, I think he would be a good Mr. Terrific, at least in my opinion. Because
which one?
I mean,
Mr. Terrific. Oh gosh, he's
no. Never mind. I know who you're talking about Michael Holt.
Michael Holt. My bad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, no, yeah, no, you're right. It's just for some reason when you said that, I went to Mr. Miracle. I'm sorry
Oh, Mr. Miracle, yeah. But I
because
just
there
think
is
Idris would be a good Mr.
yeah,
Terrific.
because there is a black one, Shiloh,
hmm
his name, but he's young though, so they just couldn't play him. He's a young character, like in his 20s. So, but I'm sorry, that was my mistake. My brain just went to Mr. Miracle. But yeah, he would be a pretty decent Mr. Terrific. He would.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of black DC superheroes that is pretty much untapped. That is kind of like if they really wanted to, man, it would be pretty legit.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Because I
and
can't do the CW stuff no more, man. It's
yeah,
painful.
man, I'm gonna be honest, I can't either. The last, I'm gonna be honest, it died off with me with Arrow, and with the end of Arrow and the end of Stephen Amell's Arrow, because you kind of seen that patriarchy going down the drain after his character, the end of that to me. And then when you look at oh my gosh, the disrespect shown on the family of Black Lightning. I mean, just the disrespect shown to him. Oh my
God. I was so mad when that happened.
Yeah, I just I hate that.
Wait. I'm sorry. Say that again about Black Lightning. What was that?
I mean, how his daughters and his wife, they don't respect the man whatsoever.
Oh no, not at all.
Yeah,
especially
that right
there. Especially the oldest one, Thunder.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm telling you, man, I don't know what they told that girl, but she need to stop walking like that.
Oh, throwing it booty. Oh, it's on purpose.
Is okay, because I don't know what she's doing, but I'm like, okay, girl, this is not a catwalk. Nobody's asking you to model an outfit.
I mean, I'm not trying to be funny, but if you really think about it, it's kind of what Black American women do if they got a booty.
Yeah. Well, we got a couple of problems. We got one, that's what they do, absolutely, no question to that. But forget that. That's their own inherent issues with their sexuality. What matters the most is what you said a minute ago about how they show this family, and the women are all dominating the man.
Yeah, well,
not even just dominating, like you said, disrespectful.
And when you really think about it, let's be honest. The closest that we've come to an actual patriarchal Black family in TV to have some strength is Uncle Phil on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. He had moments.
Yeah, this is true.
Every other one, it was a complete matriarchy.
Mm-hmm.
Even when it goes to the Cosby Show, Claire ran the shit.
Yep, that is true. That is true. And here's the thing about it, though.
I take it back. We haven't had one since Good Times with John Amos. It's James.
That's
Evans.
right. Yeah, Jay. Yeah,
I personally think because even
James ran a tight ship. Yeah, he did.
Yeah. I mean, with Sanford, it wasn't a woman there to really, kind of put that issue in there, and then it was kind of different with oh gosh, not Good Times, but oh crap, but George Jefferson, the Jefferson.
Yeah, I was going to say the Jefferson. Yeah.
It was a different kind of dynamic, but yeah, really, it hasn't been one since Good Times.
Yeah, until he left. Yeah.
Well, yeah, it killed the character off. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but the thing is, well, he left because he got tired of the whole thing being about JJ.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like I said, they killed the character off, so they did all that. But yeah. Just looking at how they talk to him, how they address him, how they interact with him, and the whole 9 yards, and I'm like, come on, man, that's not how we roll. Complete.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. Yep. And I hate it because he's a good interesting character, but just the lack of respect that they show him is god awful.
It is, and the acting is getting worse every season.
Yeah.
And it's not supposed to work that way. The more you do the character, the more your acting is supposed to enhance, get better, but it's just going downhill. And I'm not, man. Look, I'm not even gonna try and talk about Supergirl and Batwoman. Stop playing.
Ooh.
Yeah. Now they got a
Stop
black
playing.
Batwoman coming out, but anyways. And then Phantom Clutch made up a point here. Firestorm got screwed over. I really did like Jackson, Jefferson Jackson. That was a great character.
Jefferson Jackson.
And then,
who's that?
yeah, that was Firestorm. He became no.
I'm sorry. I
Not
don't mean to cut you off. The name's wrong. The original one is Ronnie Raymond. The black one is Jason Roush. Jason Roush is the black one.
Okay, now on the CW it was Jefferson Jackson. Or Jackson Jefferson, something like that.
That's where you got that from. Jefferson.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that's the TV show. Now in the comics, he's Jason Roush.
Okay, yeah. Now, and then the Kid Flash thing. I think what happened ended up happening there is whenever he came out as being gay. I think things kind of took a turn, and I think he started catching a lot of heat or some stuff, online or whatever. And I think that's why that one went down. He should
have never had the job anyway.
But it was a good character.
I'm being honest, because the only reason he got that job is because when they relaunched DC with this whole new 52 thing, they got rid of Wally West and brought in a black version of Wally West and made him the Flash in the comics. And so and then so they just brought that same character into the show. So see, myself personally, I walk down the same road as Michelle Rodriguez. You guys know who that is, right?
Yeah.
I walk down the same road as Michelle. I don't need race and gender swapping for those characters. If you want to impress me, create a solid new one.
A new character,
if you
like they did in Spider-Man, creating the whole Miles Morales, creating a completely new Spider-Man. I got you.
Yeah. See, I'm not into that. We don't need to swap them out for color or swap them out for gender, just cause. Because Michelle was big on that. They called her in the street and she was like yelling about that one time. She's like, man, I want to hear that bullshit. If you want to impress me, make characters of our own, make them original from that. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you're just, whether they want to admit it or not, when you do that, all you did is make a token. You haven't done anything. You just made a token. And I'm sorry, but Superman's white. I'm sticking with that. You're not gonna make me change my mind.
I'm waiting on them to make Batman black because of the whole David Zambimbe from the Batman of Africa. So I'm waiting on that.
Really?
That's when I'm gonna be like, I can't do this. Yeah.
Well, don't forget about Lucius Jr. because he's Batwing.
Oh yeah.
Yes, he is. Yeah, Lucius. I forgot what his name is.
Lucius Fox. That's Lucius Fox Jr. He's
he really was Lucius Fox Jr. I thought it was Luke.
Luke is short. Well, Luke is short for Lucas. So.
Oh, I didn't think he was a junior. That's all I thought. I just thought. Okay.
Yeah, Lucius. I'll double check it real quick. I might have it wrong.
I might be wrong, but I thought who knows.
But I know Lucius Fox has been in Batman comics forever, at least as far back as the 70s when I was reading them. So
yeah,
I know
he was making architect.
Yeah. I think David Zambimbe was. I think that's publication. I think that was 2011 to 14. So yeah, he's not as established as Batwing. You're right.
Okay, so Lucius has several children. Let's see, his daughter Tam. Okay, that's Tamara. That's his daughter. She was friends with Tim Drake.
Okay.
He's got a younger daughter, Tiffany. Okay. Tiffany grows up to be the protege of Barbara Gordon. Huh. Oh, okay.
She becomes
yeah, with a pink accented bat suit. I don't even want to talk about that. Let's see. Okay, he has a son named Timothy, and I was right. Lucas. His other son is Lucas. Luke Fox, an intellectual prodigy and mixed martial artist. He took over the Batwing suit from his predecessor, David Zambibi. The name you said a second ago. Yeah, Zamvimbi, Zavimbe. First name David.
Zamvimbi.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah. So
I
yeah,
know they call him the Batman of Africa or whatnot.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So what it is the son is Lucas, the father is Lucius. That's what the mistake came
exactly.
from. On my part. That's where the mistake came from. But like I said, I don't like the swapping. I just don't, because it's unnecessary.
Yeah. Just create new characters for that. Yeah.
Well,
I agree.
Well, I mean, to me, it's offensive, because what you're telling me is that I can't. If you're doing it for me because I'm black, what you're telling me is you can't come up with any solid, good original characters that represent me. You'd rather just swap me out on somebody else's outfit. I don't care how black the character. I don't care how black the character is. Superman is Superman. Batman is Batman. You know, Spider-Man is Spider-Man. Nothing you're gonna do is gonna change that.
But the thing is, they don't even have to do that, right? Because they have so many. Like they have Steel, right? They got what's the guy? They have females. They have what's her name? Vixen. Aqualad was black.
The second one, the second one was
the second one. What's the I don't know if y'all are into the new comics, but the new Green Lantern, Simon Baz is black. It's just like,
oh really? He's after Jessica. After the Hispanic girl.
He was before Jessica. But Simon Baz is Simon Baz is like Pakistani or something like that, and he follows the Muslim faith.
Hey, I'm gonna take it.
But no, it's good. It's good. I don't mean it in a negative way. It's good.
You're good.
But what I'm saying is that, like you were saying a second ago, and Michelle Rodriguez herself was saying, there's enough out there. Just work on them and make them solid. Yeah, exactly. I mean, you barely do anything with Black Lightning, but everybody knows who Black Lightning is.
Yeah.
I'll take a movie.
Static too. Static, you know, they had him.
Oh, I love Static Shock. That man, that
Static,
cartoon was great.
Yeah, Static was a good cartoon.
Static was solid. I mean, I miss Dwayne McDuffie. I really do.
Then you had the second Blue Beetle, Jaime Reyes.
Oh yeah.
I mean, when you talk about all these, so
he was good. He was definitely good. I enjoyed it.
I mean, if you want to get to it, the downright most famous probably one would be Cyborg. He's black. Victor Stone.
Well, that's what I was gonna say, because that's for some reason, where DC's concerned, that's the only black character there is now. Cyborg.
Yeah,
you know, every now and then you'll get a little bit of Black Lightning, you'll get a little bit of Vixen, but DC seems to be wrapped up in their head that Cyborg is the only black character they got. He shows up everywhere, and that's ridiculous.
You're right.
It's ridiculous. Right. And on top of that, I'm sorry, but at the end of the day, I don't want to see Victor Stone in Justice League, because he's a Titan.
Yeah, he is. I agree there,
and he's damn proud of it too.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, now eventually, now he's pretty much in Justice League. Now they've written him in now, because he was one of the older Titans, even though of course the oldest one was Nightwing. Well, wait, hold on. Yeah. That's gosh.
What you mean?
I think it was something.
What you mean? You mean out of the whole group?
Dick Grayson and Starfire were the oldest ones that got out, and Starfire started leading them anyways, you know, and training them.
What do you mean oldest as an age?
Yes.
No, Victor's the oldest.
He was older than
Victor.
I didn't realize he was older than Dick Grayson. Okay, so yeah.
So him, if I remember, him and Dick Grayson were roughly the same.
Okay, so I guess probably all three of them, Starfire, him. Yeah.
Then after that was that. Well, no, after Victor and Dick, then it was Donna, and then it was Wonder Girl, Donna Troy, Wonder Girl.
Okay.
And then Starfire and Raven, and Changeling was the youngest, because while everybody else was 18 plus, Changeling was 16 at the time.
Okay. And
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. Like I said, I'm the DC dude. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I'm not. And then they ended up keeping Raven around for the whole dynamic between her and Damien.
What they brought her back and
Here
de-aged her.
recently. Yeah.
Because Damien's only like 13.
Damn. I figured he was a little bit older than that. Damn.
Damien's
16. Damn.
I didn't realize. Damien is 13. Jonathan is 12, but Jonathan is taller than Damien.
Jonathan, talking about a Kent?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Because when they did that, when they had their own comic called Super Sons, they told each other's ages in that.
Okay. Gotcha. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, they've DC has definitely killed it as far as when it comes to the animated movies. Have any of y'all got to check out that recent last one they did, the Apocalypse War?
Apocalypse?
Dark Apocalypse?
Yeah.
Oh,
the
animated movie? Yes.
Yeah, I saw it a week and a half ago. Yeah, I saw it.
Oh, well, how did y'all feel about the ending?
Well, I don't like the ending, but I know what they're doing. They're making him do the Flashpoint all over again.
Yeah.
So they can relaunch the animated universe. What I'm hoping is that they're going to play that through. That it's not just animation. They're going to do that in the comics as well. Okay. Because let's be real. The new 52 has not been successful. We got to be honest about this.
It has flizzity flop.
Now they had a shot when they started doing Rebirth. They got a lot of goodwill. They started trying to bring in aspects of the old universe back in, but then for some reason Dan DiDio just dropped it and he went through with it, and then he started coming up with some new 5G crap, and nobody wanted to hear it. That's why he got fired.
Wow.
That's why he got fired. That was a crazy day. He came in his office. They called him into his office. They said whatever they said to him. He slammed doors and left. He hadn't been back since. But see, here's the problem. You know, growing up in the 70s and 80s, even when comic books were still considered for kids, you could get a single issue of Batman to sell 100,000 plus copies. Yeah. Something's wrong when you're the leader of DC and you can barely get Batman to sell 40.
Damn.
Oh. And that's not just Batman. That's comics across the board. Marvel, DC, Superman, Spider-Man, whatever. It's gotten so bad that some books are literally only selling 12 to 13,000 copies.
Wow. Yeah.
Well, that's a
school district. That's a school district. That's not even anything major. Now take this in consideration. You've got 1 million actual comic fans in Canada. Mm-hmm. You've got 1.7 million in England. Okay. You've got about 2.5 here in America. Why are you selling only 14,000 copies of a book?
You know, here's the thing. I think because they've tried to take it so digital. I think it's taken away from how it used to be. Like, you remember you used to go in a store and they used to have an actual rack, and they would have a couple of them open, and you would and the alert would be to get to those open ones and look at them and read, and that would cause you to buy the ones that weren't open.
Well, you got to remember, and believe it or not, that's only part of it, because the biggest issue is that what they've been doing to the characters with the
I agree with that too. My bad.
With the ideology and the politics and etc. But forgetting that for a second, forgetting that and going back a second to what you were saying, there was a time, and I'm not sure because we got age differences between the three of us in different sections, but I remember growing up. Let me tell you something. I don't care if it was a pharmacy, a grocery store, a supermarket, Macy's, Walmart, a newsstand, a comic store. There were comics everywhere. If you walked into Walmart or Macy's or something like that, you used to be able to buy those little mini packs of Whitman, where they would put 3 or 4 comics in a bag for $1.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Now, when I came up, they were more expensive, a little bit more expensive. I mean, they weren't terribly expensive. They cost more. But you could sit up there and they had so many that were already open, and you would start reading them. You just go down through there, read the ones that were open because I ain't got a Bible. Read them.
Even the gas station.
Exactly. And then what would happen is this is how they get you. They release that next one for that when it be in that package. And you like, damn, I gotta figure out what happened next. So I got to buy it.
Yeah, because I'm one of those people left on the planet who still remember comic books paying 15-20 cents for a comic book.
Yeah, no, I
think
they were like $2 for me. They were like $2 a piece for me.
No, but I'm saying when I was growing up, I was alive when they were 15, 20, 25 cents. You know, I watched all of it jump. It went from 15 cents, 20 cents, 25 cents, 35 cents, 35 cents to 50 cents, 50 cents to 75 cents, 75 cents to $1, from $1 to $1.25, $1.25 to $1.50. I've watched it all, even all the way up until now, where it's $3.99 a comic, and that's retarded.
Yeah,
that's retarded.
And the writing's terrible. The writing has been terrible.
Well, because everybody they bring in to write, they bring in people who want to follow an agenda. I mean, Marvel has
instead of actually just writing a storyline. I mean, let's be honest. Comics have primarily been, for white males. Younger white males. Now but you had black younger males that got into it and appreciated the content that was there. So now they change it and try and make it for women, try and make it about gay people, instead of just keeping what works, instead of just keeping the audience that you have.
Absolutely. Because here's the embarrassing part. Here's the embarrassing part about it. This is why I get so frustrated. When you have writers and artists talk about, well, comics are supposed to represent everybody, and you have to have only a black writer can write a black character, so on and so forth, and etc. Here's the problem. First of all the black characters that exist were created by a white person.
Exactly.
Let's establish that. Let's establish that right out the gate. Number two, if I'm in my 50s and I had no problem reading a comic book about a white dude in a red cape, don't come in here talking about you doing it for me. I was okay.
You're right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
My favorite character is Batman. I've never looked at Batman as a white dude. I just see Batman. Yeah. I never had a problem with it. I never had a problem with a white dude being the one with the big red S on his chest. Never had a problem with it. I sure never had a problem when they showed Wonder Woman in them tight ass short pants and seen them butt shots. I was good to go. So don't come in here telling me you doing it for my sake, because you're not.
Right. Go ahead, C-Sid.
And I guess the elephant really in the room here is the fact that they're trying to cater to a demographic that doesn't even really buy comics like that.
And that's the biggest problem right there. You're catering to an audience who don't care. They just like to go on Twitter. They like to go on Twitter, make a lot of noise, complain about not represent no representation. Then when you create representation, the book never sells.
Right. And then it sells because you created a product that alienated your people that were already buying the product. So you create a product that they don't want to spend.
And then they talk about, well, we have problems because we can't bring in new young readers. But you already had that, because just like me and every man in his 50s, 60s who's been reading comics since the 60s and 70s, look, we brought our children in. So you already had me. I brought 4 more along with me.
Yeah, exactly.
Sam over here, he's older than I am. He brought his 2 sons and he's got 5 grandkids he's driving. Tell me, young readers are not being brought in. We bring them in. We bring them in from our love of it, whether it be comics, anime, animation, movies, whatever have you made. We bring our kids with us. This is what we do as true fans of the genre. Whether it's superheroes, science fiction, fantasy, whatever, they talk to us like we're idiots, like we don't know what we're talking about. We live it every day. You sit in your office trying to figure out what to sell. I'm telling you, we hang in the comic books talking about what you sell. You know what I'm saying? As a group.
Exactly.
And it was one of the few places until all the ideology came in. comic books and science fiction conventions were the last place. It didn't make a difference who you were, what you looked like, who you slept with. All we cared about was if you loved the genre, and we took you in. No ifs, ands, or buts. No ifs, ands, or buts.
Right, you're right.
Know?
And it crossed over with, not only it just crossed over into science fiction and these eclectic shows as well. So you had a big conglomerate of ideas at one place, and because like I never been to a huge con, but like I've been to smaller ones near me, and it's pretty interesting to see some of these, the lower tier actors, but it's pretty cool. Like, oh, okay, I've seen them before. You know what I'm saying? And it's pretty cool to see all these people and see all the different items and the things that people have created to sell her and all that. I mean, it's just it's a different type of culture of people that like this, and then they just alienate them by trying to create something that they think that they should want, that they should like because they like this idea. No, it don't work like that.
Yeah, I mean, look at me. Take Doctor Who, for instance. Right now, with Jodie or whatever her name is, who's the 13th Doctor, that's 13 doctors. Okay, I've been around since the 3rd Doctor.
Damn. You see, I don't know anything about Doctor Who.
No, wait a minute. No, but hear me out. 13 doctors. And when I say I was around, I'm not talking about I was born. I'm talking about I'm old enough that I was watching it.
Golly.
Okay, that's the 3rd Doctor out of 13, and you're talking about a 50-year history. Wow. And it made no difference what doctor you chose. It made no difference what doctor was your favorite. At the end of the day, if you were Doctor Who, come on in. Let's sit down and talk and have some fun.
Gotcha.
It's the same. It's the same thing with Star Trek. You want to be Federation or you want to be Klingon? We don't give a rat's ass. Come on in, man. It's Star Trek. Let's have some fun. And somewhere along the lines, when ideology and gynocentrism and feminism and all that stuff, it ruined everything because they made everything a battle.
Yeah,
everything a battle now. Yeah, if I look at you and say I don't like Klingons, oh, what? Because they dark brown skin, so you hate black people, dude? That's not, nobody said that.
That's crazy.
I'm just saying we're talking about Klingons. Yeah. Well, you don't like Trills? No, I'm not a fan of Trills. Why? Because the main Trill character had a lesbian relationship on cat. No, dude, nobody's saying that. What are you doing? But you like James T. Kirk? Yeah, he's one of my favorite captains. So you're a misogynist because all he does is womanize. Come on, dude. Yep. Come on, dude.
Yeah,
you're killing me. You just destroyed the love of all of it, man. And we see it in everything. They did it with Star Trek. If you look at the Star Trek Discovery, they did it with the Star Wars movie. Let's not even talk about that last Terminator movie. That was insane.
That was hard to watch.
That flopped. And speaking of other flops, that Birds of Prey flopped. Nobody went to see it.
I forgot that even came out, man.
But that was so stupid. Nobody even knows who the Birds of Prey are. Why would you put money into characters nobody recognizes? You have no branding.
I mean, it makes no sense to sit up here to make a female movie about characters. There's only one that's known. Really.
And what makes it so bad is that Harley Quinn's not even a bird of prey.
Exactly.
She never was. It started out being Batgirl as Oracle, Black Canary, and Catwoman. And that was a mini series. Then when it became a series, it was about Oracle and Black Canary. And then over the course of the series, they brought in other characters like Lady Shiva, Lady Blackhawk, Huntress, and so on and so forth. Yeah. You can see the ideology just all on the screen. It's just
trying to make a feminist movie. And here's the funny thing is with feminism is that women they want to make something that I mean women don't support their own shit. So no, they do not. As far as on that, as far as spending wise,
well, they can't.
The idea is that a man is supposed to why not create something that a man will want to go see? you won't. I mean, if it's about the money, that would make more sense.
Well, see,
All
they
right,
painted
fellas, I'm gonna
themselves.
catch y'all later. I gotta go. Good
Yeah.
talking,
Oh,
Okay.
I'm
guys.
Later,
sorry.
CC.
No, you
Okay,
good. You
see.
Appreciate
good.
having you.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, have a good night. But see, what makes it so bad is that they painted themselves into a corner because see, they want to make a movie that's going to bring men in because that's who they want to convert. Let's be real. They want to either convert or control. So first of all, you painted yourself in a corner because if you give men tits and ass, then it breaks the narrative of you trying to move away from that and not be misogynist. So men are not going to
Gotcha.
come to see it. Then if you make it about female emancipation, you're pretty much telling us that the movie's not made for us, it's made for women. But see, you have a problem. The women are not going to support you because women by their very nature don't even support each other. As I've said many a times before, when I've asked women about why they have more male friends than female friends, well, I don't trust females. Well, then here's the math. If you don't, I won't.
Yeah. The only time women get on board with each other is about feminism. That's the only time.
That's it. Or how to play or how to play a brother. That's about it.
And that's feminism in itself, right there. That's
Exactly.
the only time. But
Mhm.
it's like I remember I was talking with someone about sports, and they were talking about these ladies ought to make as much as the guys, but it's like, well, I can't say that. I mean, you have to talk about the production level and the workload. I
Mhm.
mean, the only set of women that could make an argument for that are the women in tennis, just because of the simple fact they get the viewers that the men get.
Yep. That's it.
Now, the workload isn't the same.
No,
But
not
if
even
they, if
close.
they want to talk about their drawing the viewers, they got to fight in it. As far as I'm concerned, as far as that, and then of course soccer. You got they watch more women's soccer than they do men's over here,
Mhm.
anyways. But I mean, the only one that's really to me that when you talk about women's tennis, that's the only one. Now, they get mad and say men out to support the basketball and all that stuff. Why ain't y'all asking women to come do that then?
Mhm. Oh, I remember that. And they lost that court battle, by the way.
Yeah, because now they did get some more pay. They did end up in the pay, but the thing is, they can't compete on a level with these men. But just because of simple fact, nobody wants to watch it like that.
Nope.
It is what it is. But
Nope.
yeah,
I don't. I don't. But yeah, man, talking anime and comics. Oh yeah, I could do this all day.
yeah. Been a
Ah,
fun one.
but it is 10:47, however.
Yeah, it's not. That's why I said it's been a fun one. I'm gonna have to close it down. I want to
Yeah.
thank everyone that came out that did and supported and watched the stream. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the Gote Gaming Verse. There's a Cash App rotating there in the bottom too on the ticker. Anybody want to donate? Please do. You got any closing words, Lawrence, before we get off here? Yeah, good talking with
Hit
you
that
too,
like
C said.
button.
Yeah, hit that like button on the way out. And if you're watching the replay, hit the like button. Thank you. Thank you. Good night.